What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Echoing.
Hello.
Professional streamer. Welcome everyone. Hello. What is up, Stone Rain Productions and Labrador, Repentant Vulcan, Elf Tamos? How is everyone doing today on this fine Tuesday afternoon? Good to see ya. What a day in the Magic world. Seriously. I don't know if y'all saw it, but this morning Wizards did an announcement stream where they announced a ton of different stuff. They also gave us some spoilers, and those spoilers are really sweet. Oh my god, Mishra is so good. I think Mishra is better than Urza. I don't know. What do you think about Mishra? Is Mishra just... I feel like this is an easier meld pair than Urza is. You don't gotta spend 7 mana on it. All you gotta do is get the Phyrexian Dragon Engine and Mishra and attack with them, and you're rewarded with this absurd 9/9 Phyrexian thing with a million abilities. So the good news of today is I think that the spoilers we got are actually really sweet, and I'm super hyped for Brothers War. Brothers War is looking amazing. Mishra's got me even more excited than I was before because it looks so good. It's gonna be a really powerful card, and it's already in good standard color. So I think that spoiler-wise, it was an absolute home run as far as the announcement. Hey, what's up, Jaguar? How are you? However, Wizards announced some other things too. Oh my goodness. Wizards is celebrating their 30th anniversary, and they have asked us to celebrate with them. They would like us to celebrate, and they're celebrating by doing something that we have asked for a very long time, which is getting more copies of reserve list cards on the market. Spider Dragon Archmage, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. So I was watching the stream this morning, and I was getting hyped because they announced they were going to reprint Alpha cards. Power 9, the original dual lands. They weren't going to be tournament legal, but that's fine. That's one of the best ways to get around the reserve list. Like, sure, if Wizards is not going to actually break the reserve list, and they're not going to just reprint those cards, the next best thing, especially for Commander players, is to do something like this. Give us official proxies, so people aren't tempted to get unofficial, counterfeits, which can end up hurting the community if they get sold as real cards. This is a way that Wizards can monetize proxies and give players official art on proxy. Sure, you can't go and play a tournament with them because they're not tournament legal, but for a Commander game, for casual games, this is the perfect product. I was getting so excited. And then Wizards, as they're announcing this, they slip in, and I'm sure you've seen this by now, $1,000. $1,999. And this is not for a complete set of Alpha or anything like that. This is for 4 15-card booster packs. 4 booster packs. You could open this up and get a pure lace. You could be getting horrible cards. You could be getting a $1 channel, which is powerful and limited. You could be getting a veteran bodyguard is your rare. Like, $250 a pack. So Wizards is somehow, oh my god, don't get me started on the gatekeeping thing. The other thing that happened today is Mark Rosewater posted a thing. Someone asked him about not real cards in the context of Universes Beyond, and Mark Rosewater went on like a little bit of a rant about how like calling cards not real is gatekeeping. And I was like, I love Mark. I do love Mark, and I appreciate Mark, and his hype gets me hyped about Magic. But seriously, the idea that questioning whether a card is real is gatekeeping, but selling proxies for a very expensive format, for very expensive cards, you put on a reserve list that no one can play with for $250 a pack, yeah, that's making the game more accessible and welcoming. Like, certainly that's cultivating a healthy, fun community. So absolutely ridiculous in so many different ways. But this product, I had never went in my entire history of doing Magic from being so excited about a product, because I thought Wizards was going to do something awesome. It's a 30th anniversary. They want to celebrate. How do they celebrate? Printing these like cheap official proxies. So now Commander players can get their dual lands, and then they just ruined it in the most ridiculous way. It felt like a slap in the face. It really was. Like, how is this celebrating the anniversary of Magic by asking us to give you $1,000 for 4 packs of not real cards that might contain pure laces as the rares and veteran bodyguards? It's not like you're guaranteed to get like a Mox Jet or something. And you know what makes this even worse? Let me see if I can pull this up. Are any of you familiar with Collector's Edition? Magic the Gathering? Collector's Edition was a reprint back in the day, in the 90s, they reprinted an entire set of Beta as collector's edition. They reprinted all these cards. It's got the Power 9. It's got all this stuff you want. It's got the dual lands. Do you know what they sold this for? Do you know what they sold this for? They sold collector's edition, and these were also not tournament legal. It's got the gold bordered backs. They sold tournament edition $50 for the entire set. You're not getting booster packs and taking a chance that maybe you get the Black Lotus that you want. Maybe you get the dual land you want. Entire set for $50 back in the day. And I know there's inflation. I know that prices have gone up. I'm not expecting them to do that again for $50 today, but they could have done this for a reasonable price and given players an official proxy to use. Get more of these cards out there for Commander and minimize the chances of people buying illegal counterfeits and getting those on the market and harming players. So it was a soul-crushing announcement. Like, I have not seen anyone defend this announcement. It is universally disliked. The people that hate the reserve list and the people that like the reserve list, it has united those, you know, that hand-clasping meme. It's pretty much done that with this whole product. So, wow, I don't know what they're thinking. So, what do you think, chat? Where are you at? We also have a donation we got to get to here. Sorry, I'm like just like in a tizzy over this. It's really, I still can't believe they would do this. Like, I really cannot believe it. When they said very quickly $999 on the stream, I thought I'd misheard them. I really did. I thought there's no way you could talk about how these are not tournament legal cards and you're doing this celebration of 30th anniversary and selling them for that. I thought they misspoke and it was like $999, and I was like, ugh. That's like master set prices for cards that aren't tournament legal, but I guess you're getting like dual lands, so maybe that would be okay. So at $9.99, I was like a little bit on the fence. And then when I found it was really $250 a pack, $999 for 4 packs, oh my goodness, I lost it. We have a new donation from Lucid, $5 donation. Seth, I'd like to offer you a very exclusive opportunity to spend $1K on some little pictures I drew of some cardboard. Totally worth it, by the way. I mean, if you knock the price down like $100, you'd be beating Wizards. You probably do a lot of business at that price, Lucid. Thank you for the donation. Could you imagine? Let's say you're married and you got a partner or whatever, and you have your 30th anniversary, and you're like, hey, you got to give me $1,000. Like, I'm taking $1,000 out of your pocket. Like, that would end on the relationship. It would be done. It would be done. Who celebrates an anniversary by selling $1,000 packs of proxies, $250 packs of proxies? Jaguar, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. There is good news. And with all this ranting, and I still can't wrap my mind around how they messed that up so bad, even though it's Wizards and I'm used to it, there is good news in all this. The promos that they're giving away at pre-releases, that is actually a cool celebration of Magic's 30-year history. That's one of the positives. Like, you get these for free by going to your pre-release. There's some really cool cards. The Tarmogoyf, oh my god, that Tarmogoyf is just like majestic. They got foils and Glenelner Archmage. I love that card as well. So that's a really cool promo. To me, that actually feels like a celebration of Magic's 30 years, and a good one that's positive for players. You're getting these free bonus cards for doing what Wizards wants you to do, which is go to your pre-release and give money to local game stores and give money to Wizards. So that's actually like a really sweet one. The secret layer drop, the promos for OP are fine. Like, I don't know, if you're trying to grind to the pro tier, nice little bonus. I think the secret layer drop is actually kind of cool too. Like the twist on the secret layer drop, if we can find it here, where there's gonna be like 30 different cards and they're gonna be in boosters, but I'm fine with that too. It's like calling back to past secret layer drops, and a lot of these cards look super expensive, and I think that's a good product. So there's a lot of good news, but they saved this. What were they thinking? They saved this announcement to the very end. I don't know, did you watch the stream? I don't know if you watched the stream. If you watched the stream, Wizards started off with like, oh, Dominaria Unite, and they said at the very beginning of the stream, they're like, this is going to build up. You got to wait to the end. What we're going to announce at the end, it is going to blow your mind. It's going to be so good. We're starting low and we're building up throughout the stream. And they were like, okay, we got this Brothers War stuff, and that's pretty cool. And they're like, okay, we got these promos that we're giving away at pre-releases with the old border for 30th anniversary. And that's pretty cool. So the hype is building and building and building. And then they get to the big announcement at the end of the stream. You're not going to want to miss it. And it was just soul crushing. It was soul crushing. So it makes me feel like, combine this with the Magic 30 event in Vegas, where there was a big criticism about how much that event cost, even though it did sell out in Wizards' defense, but there was a big criticism about how much that costs. it makes me feel like the 30th anniversary celebration is actually just a celebration of how you can get money out of our pockets, really, when it comes down to it. Awesome, dude. Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you. But we're not just gonna rant. We're not just gonna rant. We can talk about this more as we go along. We should play some Magic too. Awesome, dude. Welcome to the fishbowl. And Jaguar, I think I missed you. Welcome you to the fishbowl as well. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Some reminders real quick. Replay YouTube if you miss a stream. Normal YouTube. There's some videos up on there. Spoiler video gonna go up. There's also a video about the $1,000 proxies, which is on the YouTube if you want to see more of that. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom, and if you need some real Magic cards that cost less than cost less than the fake ones, and are actually tournament legal, maybe this pretty sweet Steam vents or some Infinity stuff or whatever, yeah, get them at cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. Even get a free Goldfish sticker. Otherwise, merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playmats, get away to support the stream and the channel and site. Donations, always appreciated, never required. $2 or more gets your message right on stream. Yeah, they also announced some secret layers. We know there's a Post Malone secret layer drop. Did they actually announce the cards? There's been so many announcements today, it's hard to keep up with. And then they also had like Hasbro's Investors Day, and the CEO mentioned Assassin's Creed and Final Fantasy are going to be Universes Beyond products in 2024. So we're still like a year and a half away from these or whatever. But the Universes Beyond is continuing, which I think is fine. I will say, since we're ranting about things, actually let's talk about this deck, and we'll talk about that as we play some Magic. Hey, what's up, Mother Frogger? How are you? Have you made a Ratadrabik Commander deck? I did. I played one on Commander Clash, but I got to bring it back for Revenge Week because I kind of got killed really quickly. So anyway, this deck, the idea of this deck is really sweet. It's a Ratadrabik deck, one of my favorite cards from Dominaria United. It's from an infamous small Japanese tournament, so I got no idea how good it is. Ratadrabik, when a legend dies, you get a 2/2 non-legendary token copy of it. Then we've played it on Against the Odds before, but this has a really neat synergy that we did not play, which is Johnny Cycles. Welcome to the Fishbowl for the 9th month. Thank you for your subscription. Big super thank you. Is Jaxis. Jaxis can copy our Ratadrabik. They can copy our other legends. We can also blitz Jaxis in, and when it dies, we'll get the token copy with Ratadrabik. So that's kind of the main synergy of this deck, is Ratadrabik to get non-legendary copies of our legends as they die, and then Jaxis to legend rule our own legends, with haste, with blitz, to make more copies and to make more Ratadrabiks, and hopefully value our opponent out. The rest of the deck, removal, some card draw, a ton of different legends, Junjis and Aos and Lisas and Eteris. So let's give it a shot, and we'll talk about this as we go along. The other good news is Wizards did say some good how do you spell Ratadrabik? Not like that, I don't think, Labrador. A little different than that. Wizards did have some good arena news too, which is they're going to start doing remastered sets again. So we're getting Shadows over Innistrad remastered, which is one we've been waiting for a while. But Shadows over Innistrad remastered coming the start of 2023, and Explorer Anthology 2 coming end of this year. So more Explorer stuff. Shadows over Innistrad remastered is, yeah, that's a big one too. That's going to give us all the spirits that we're missing. So there's like really good news mixed in with this, in just like absurd money grab news. So what do y'all think about that announcement? Dominaria Remastered is, yes, no new cards. It's all reprints. It's kind of like a mastered sets. Hey, yeah, I got the Strokes t-shirt today. Except it's all stuff that is connected to Dominaria from planes that were originally on Dominaria. So we got a little bit of news about that. We got a sneak peek, I would say. Wow, this is an embarrassingly standard staple heavy hand. This is like all the cards that I did not want to draw because it makes, oh, there we go. There's a Ratadrabik. That's more like it. All right, Tenacious Underdog. So what do you think about the announcements? Like, hey, thank you, King of Carrot Flowers. Yeah, awkward. Well, go attacking. See what our opponent does. Opponent is also apparently playing a legendary themed deck. You usually don't see Ellis unless it's a legend deck. I wish 30th Anniversary Edition was entire set, not just 4-packs. That would be sweet. Where did I get the shirt? I think the Strokes, I've never seen the Strokes live, so I think this one I must have gotten online. Although I don't remember exactly what, oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. We really needed a land there. Well, now we die. Oh, recorded a video with my child last night. It's for their birthday video. Oh, that's sweet, dog. Opponent getting in, beating us down, killing us as we miss land drops. All the news was good except the last one, which was very bad. Yeah, that's kind of where I was, too. The last one just over... Oh, no. Bad time for the tap land. The last one just kind of... You know, we're super dead here. That's... Wow, that was unfortunate running. The last news about the $250 pack proxy is just, like, overshadowed so much of the good news because it came right at the end and it was so hyped up. So for me, that ended up overshadowing a lot of the stuff I was excited about. So the reserve list, I've seen some other people ask about this as well. The reserve list explicitly says they won't reprint tournament legal versions of the cards with the legal back and border or whatever. So it is not a violation of the reserve list to reprint not tournament legal versions of the card. So Wizards is taking advantage of that. On the other hand, they are taking advantage of it in a way that's not actually beneficial for anyone. Like, if they had done this cheaply and made the packs cheap, it would be so helpful. That's why it's so disappointing, is this... This could have been something that was really helpful for players and made the game cheaper. And in a world with rampant inflation and $2,000 modern decks and people struggling to get by and celebrating Magic's 30th anniversary, if there was ever a time to, like, you know, do something nice for the community, something that would actually just be beneficial, this is such a perfect time to do that. And it went, like, just so far in the opposite direction, which I think that's part of what ended up making me so disappointed about it. Is it could have been so awesome. It really should have been. I fully think, and here's the scary part of this, I would be absolutely shocked if that product does not sell out. It's gonna sell out. You know it is. Here's what's gonna happen is people are gonna finance types and speculators are gonna buy out the $1,000 proxy product, and that's going to send the message to Wizards. Since their goal is to make money, that's why companies exist, is to make money. It's gonna send the message that that was the right thing to do, and we're gonna see more of that. and it's just gonna keep going in that direction. So from the perspective of a player, it ends up being like super sad and disappointing, but from the perspective of Wizards, they're going to come away from it seeing it as a win. They're going to see it as a win. And then we're just going to keep getting more of those products, and things are going to keep going further and further in this direction. That's what scares me the most, is I know it's going to work. Because if you print really limited edition versions of cards and don't print many of them, people are going to think, oh, I'm going to make money off this in the long run, and they're going to buy them. As long as we have both regular Magic cards and fancy Magic cards, I don't care. I mean, that's mostly where I am too, although we don't really have regular Black Lotuses and Underground Seas in those cards. Like, that's part of the issue, I think, is we just don't actually get the regular versions of those because they're on the reserve list and they're so expensive already that it's not like there's an accessible version that people can play with. And I thought that those proxies were going to be it, but I was very wrong. Very, very wrong. What do we do here? So we got our Ratadrabik. Let's just play, I mean, I guess we can attack with Ratadrabik. Actually, we could get Wandering Emperor if we do this. That might be bad. We don't have another legend to go with it yet. You know what? Let's just pass. Play the tap land. We're probably just going to sack this Tenacious Underdog to bargain. I have a permanent marker on an island. I now have a volcanic island. Yeah, I mean, that is, I think, I think that's the takeaway is Proxy. Proxy. I mean, Wizards, like, having prices that high is not going to help discourage anyone from proxying, and rightly so. Like, it sends the message that that is the correct thing to do, and it is, I think, the correct thing to do if you're a casual player. So get your Sharpies going. Get them going. Oh. Yeah, I guess we could have attacked with that, couldn't we? Oops. Well, there's a legend. We don't want to die to Rafine, though. We can exile Rafine. Yeah, we definitely could have attacked there, you're right. Boy, Thalia's obnoxious, isn't it? Thalia's, like, actually really slowing us down here. I guess we could also just run out Shieldred and... Yeah, you know what? Let's just do that. Whatever. Yeah, run out Shieldred. This does let our opponent keep attacking, which is kind of a bummer. But at least if they do a bunch of conniving, Shieldred's going to have something to say about that. Anything over $15 is immediately proxy for me. Do you think... So here's a question. Oh, also it came out of the Investor Day that Wizards designed course to be the first Hasbro brand to make $1 billion in a year. By itself. Not Hasbro as a company, just one of their subsidiaries or whatever. First time ever in the history of Hasbro. This year, Wizards is on course to do that. $1 billion. McIntyre, welcome to the Fishbowl. Probably because of the $1,000 proxies. McIntyre, welcome to the Fishbowl for the 41st month. Thank you for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. So question for you, chat. Is there any chance... Is there any chance that what Wizards is setting up here is to eventually make these cards legal? Do you think they will eventually be like, okay, not tournament legal cards that we officially printed are now tournament legal? Could that be part of Wizards' plan? Is that a possibility even? Ugh. I mean, I'd rather play $1,000 Magic proxies and play the Disney TCG personally. The Disney TCG it came across oh, that's a bummer. It came across a little disappointing to me because, well, that's a big Thalia. That's also not a land. Well, we got to get rid of this Rafine because it is wrecking us. Exile Rafine, pay the 1. Hit you with Ratadrabik. Graveyard Trespassers 4 days. Opponent plays a land. Opponent has a Ratadrabik. Opponent goes attacking. Well, I mean, sure. Actually, do we block there? This Denic is an issue. But taking damage is also an issue. Wow, we're getting out Ratadrabik. That is actually kind of a bummer. And we can't target things in the graveyard. Ugh. Well, all right. I mean, Graveyard Trespasser. Graveyard Trespasser. Oh, we're losing to this Thalia. We just can't beat it. Go attacking. What an awkward draw for a deck. I don't know about all these, like, Graveyard Trespassers and stuff. It feels like this deck has more non-legends than I like. Like, we have Ratadrabik, but we're drawing all these non-legendary cards, which are just, like, not super helpful. About it. Plays a land. I mean, the Disney game ended up looking a lot more kid-ish than I was hoping. When we talked about it on the podcast, Richard and Krem almost had me convinced that it was going to be like Star Wars and X-Men and things like that. But it ended up that it was kind of just like Disney princesses mostly. The thing is, Collector's Edition is basically the same thing, and they did not do it on the reserve list and are way too expensive to use as proxies. This product serves no purpose beyond raking in money for whales investor types. Definitely agree. And Collector's Edition was sold for $50 for the complete set back in the day. actually looked into this specifically. Huh. Why did our opponent pass with all their mana up? Well, I guess we pass. We can't really do. Wow, what an awkward scenario. Pass the turn. Must be Wandering Emperor, I guess. About it. So we leave up Urtai. Yeah, we can't really kill the Thalia until they tap down. Because of this Plaza of Heroes. They have enough lands that they can use Plaza to protect. Yeah, that was interesting. Boom, it goes to combat. Okay. Tenacious Underdog. Well, I guess we'll play that and leave up our Urtai. Ooh, no one's making any progress at the moment past the turn. About it. Wandering Emperor. Now we probably kill the Thalia, I think. See what they do with the Wandering Emperor, but I think we just kill Thalia. All right, yeah. Urtai. Get rid of this Thalia for the love of God. Finally. Hey Seth, love the stream. Just chilling here with my monocle, twirling my mustache while I drop $6,000 to run a draft with other robber variants. I'm honestly curious, do you think any actual players are going to buy that product? Like, are any of you, anyone in chat? And if you are, that's awesome. Like, if you have the money and you are interested in the product, the only reason I would discourage you from it, I guess, would be that I really would love to see this product fail so Wizards doesn't keep making more of them. But I'm honestly curious if many actual players are going to buy it. I would think no. I would think the answer is no. I wouldn't buy it. No, I have a... So you could buy a printer and a lot of ink and a lot of card stock for the same price, I think. Well, Meathook X2 is looking kind of spicy here. I guess we do that. We have not gotten much Ratadrabik value, though. Yeah, let's Meathook. X2. Kill some stuff, hopefully. What is that last card? All right, resolves. Sweep the board. Delia! Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you. Thank you. Yeah, like, is Wizards just, like, targeting the Post Malone class of Magic players now? Well, kill Wandering Emperor. Hit our opponent. Exile Danik. Exile Torls. Pass the turn.
Still have much to learn.
Wow. Land before the Rafine is a little sketchy. Wow, discards a Urtai. Yeah, that was very sketchy, but works to our advantage. An opponent, I think, is probably dead because of that. Opponent passes. Ratadrabik. Ah. Well, we won, but we didn't do Ratadrabik things. They're trying to market to YouTube pack opening and gambling crowd. I mean, I'm actually like kind of okay with that as a plan. Hey Seth, why don't I make my own vintage cube collection? But as has been recently shown, even semi-actual copies are tough to get, and I'd prefer not to have Sharpie copies. Are there any sites or groups that you think is okay to use or buy from? This is a good thing. I'm glad this came up, because this is something I feel strongly about and I think is important. I am 1,000,000% okay with proxies. I think that proxies for making your own vintage cube, for playing your own commander games, whatever, casual play, are great. And they're necessary at this point with how expensive things in general have become and how expensive Magic has become. The one thing I would say is don't use counterfeit cards. Here's the problem with counterfeit cards, and here's the difference. This difference is sometimes lost on people. Here's the issue. Counterfeit cards are trying to look exactly like real Magic cards, to the point where they can fool people into thinking they're authentic. Proxies can be used as Magic cards, but they're not trying to fool people into thinking they're real cards. That is the differentiation between those two things. I know the terms are used interchangeably sometimes, which isn't technically correct. So the problem with counterfeits, the problem with counterfeits is they end up harming the community. If there's all these fake cards running around that are designed to look as realistic as possible, they end up, whether you intend to or not, or whether you would ever do it or not, they end up filtering in the market, and some new player, saves up their money and buys a dual land, and finds out that it's fake, and they get financially harmed because of it. So that's kind of the issue there. Proxies, on the other hand, there's no harm to them. Like, they're not accidentally going to be sold as authentic cards. They're not accidentally going to scam some unsuspecting new player. So as long as your proxies are not trying to mimic authentic cards and potentially and would have the potential to harm a player because they bought them as authentic cards, then go for it. Use alt art, use, different backs, whatever you got to do to make it obvious that it's not a real card. It doesn't have to be, the cheapest way to make a proxy and a traditional way to make a proxy is just to take in, use Sharpie on a basic land, but you don't have to do that. There's people that sell pretty sweet looking proxies that have alt art or alters or whatever that are obviously not the pack version, original, real version of the card, but are still high quality, so. All right, Swamp. This hand might be able to do cool things. We got double Jaxis, and we got the Ratadrabik. And we get to kill the Rafine. Ooh, cut down, actually good for once. Not often good, but every once in a while, the cut down comes through. Well, Plaza of Heroes. Graveyard Trespasser. Oh, Jaxis and Ratadrabik. Jaxis and Ratadrabik. We got them both. This might be the time we actually get to do it. Opponent plays a land. Ooh, gonna discard some cards to get rid of that Trespasser. That is fine. Oh, just kidding. Uncounterable. Well, Ratadrabik time. Your go, opponent. I'm surprised Impulse isn't being played in Standard and Explorer more. Yeah, I think in Standard, a big part of the problem is just... Well, I guess we just shield red. I think we shield red. I guess we should have played this so we could leave up a black source. I think we shield red to counteract our opponent's shield red and then try to go off with Jaxis next turn. If our opponent doesn't have a sweeper or something here, or doesn't kill our Ratadrabik, next turn should be kind of spectacular. Bounces shield red. Okay. Well, that's not a sweeper. And a Denic, sure. And opponent attacks, no blocks. Get drained. I'll play the land. Play shield red. Next turn. Next turn. We gotta wait one more turn. Pass the turn. Shield reds do their thing. 13 to 19. Don't be looking at a Ratadrabik opponent. No, no, no. Torals. Okay. I think we want to keep the cards in hand for discarding to Jaxis. Potentially. Although we're a little short on red mana, I guess. Thalia. Okay. Opponent. Wow, gonna go attacking? Oh, let the games begin. Xander's Lounge. Triggers and triggers. So, We blitz a Jaxis. Jaxis copies Ratadrabik. Yeah, let's go Ratadrabik. Ratadrabik. Discard the land. Keep the token version. Get another Ratadrabik. Pass the turn. Jaxis dies. It's a legend. Yup. We'll get a few Jaxises. Draw a few cards. Oh, and we can bargain if we need to make 1,000,000 Shieldreds. Oh. Is what, subs only? Oh, sorry, I was paying attention to the game for a minute. I'm getting too hyped about this Jaxis Ratadrabik is. Eldraine. Uh-huh. Oh, we're gonna make so many Shieldreds. Opponent goes attacking. Gets a trigger. Well, we will block Shieldred with our Shieldred. And yeah, let's let him trade. Here they come. Shieldreds for days. And then we'll... Oh, do we want to draw? Let's just untap. Ooh, Cruelty of Gix. Trigger, trigger. Gain some life with our Shieldreds. Oh, Thalia. Thalia. Okay, how do we do this? How do we do this? Yeah, I guess we should have killed the Thalia maybe. Just to free our manas. Well, I mean, 1, 2. Blitz Jaxis. Copy Shieldred. Actually, is there even any reason to copy? Probably not. Let's just sack Jaxis. Make a few copies of Jaxis. Draw a few cards. Gain a few life. It worked. It worked. Any plans to play Modern? Yeah, there's Modern coming up on the YouTube for sure. That was pretty good. The Mike Arnold for the 70th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you think we should play more Modern on stream, chat? So there's definitely Modern coming up on the YouTubes and Pioneer. We haven't played Modern on stream too much since standard rotation. Should we do more? How is there more creativity in just spending money versus not spending money? Anyone can get proxies, but not everyone can get actual cards. I mean, that's upside of proxies. Yeah, that was pretty impressive. More Pioneer or Explorer. Yeah, we'll do some more Moderning. What would you like to see in Modern? I feel like Modern, one of the downsides of current Modern is it just hasn't changed much recently. I feel like we've gotten to that point of Modern Horizons 2 where I guess Merfolk kind of became a thing again thanks to Dominaria United. Goblins got a little boost. They haven't really taken back over like being top tier or anything, but I feel like we haven't seen any really big shifts in Modern. So that's part of the downside, I guess, of Modern Horizons 2 being so strong is that it's really difficult for cards from like Dominaria United to break out. We should play Tron. we can do a Tron stream. What Modern? Let's say we do Modern next stream. What deck would you like to see the most? Or is it just a brew? I'm sure we can find some sweet brews or build some sweet brews. Jesus Zilla, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you. Thank ya. Well, and you. I was thinking of secret lair famous magic cards. What do you think would be a part of that? So a secret lair of just like the best magic cards essentially, or the most famous. Ooh, that's tricky because of the reserve list, really. That's what would be a bit of a challenge, I think. Because some of the most iconic cards, obviously, like some of the most iconic cards. Oh, famous people who promote magic. Oh, I see. I was gonna like Black Lotus and Moxin and all that. We couldn't really use in the secret lair drop because of the reserve list. Opponent has a Graveyard Trespasser. Sure. Well, I mean, we're gonna try to do cool things. Plaza, Ratadrabik. Opponent, can you beat the Ratadrabik? What do you think about the Post Malone secret lair drop? I'm super curious how that will go. The Cardboard Samurai. Can't wait to get 3 laces on all my 3 rare slots in a $250 pack. Oh, I know, seriously. The possibility of that going very wrong is definitely there. Could you imagine buying a $1,000 worth of packs and getting like Pure Lace, Death Lace, Veteran Bodyguard? All your commons are healing salves, no lightning bolts. All right, so opponent decides they just have to kill our Ratadrabik. What a jerk. And passes. Well, that's better. So we will... We will what? This Reflections of Kiki-Jiki is kind of scary. Opponent's only got 2 cards in hand, though. If we can stabilize here... I'll play the Xander's Lounge. We need a Ratadrabik, though. You know what? Let's... can we survive this turn? How bad is it if we just pass? We can Meat Hook next turn. I really want... You know what? Let's... This is probably wrong, but we're gonna back... We're just gonna get back Ratadrabik here before it gets exiled. And then next turn, hopefully, we can just sweep the board with Meat Hook and then Ratadrabik Jaxis stuff. I don't really want to go X2. I think we want to get the Trespasser too, hopefully. The Ghost Deck Faded. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. And a little bit normal. Big soup for you. Thank you. Well, that was a blowout. Opponent hits us a bunch. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. We're taking a lot of damage. Burning Bush, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup to you. Thank you. Okay, question for chat. If it was for charity, would you pay $1,000 for proxies? I think being for charity would change things, potentially. Well, we'll see if this is enough. So sweep the board. Opponent still has the Bank Buster, though. Gain a couple life. Actually, I had this idea... Maybe it exists and I haven't seen it yet. You know what? Oh, if I could make my own secret lair drop. Blood Moon, Panharmonicon. Those would be the first 2. Blood Moon, Panharmonicon. After that, it gets a little trickier. Well, Ratadrabik. Get it down. Blitz of Jaxis. What would be the next cards? Siege Rhino. Panharmonicon, Blood Moon, Siege Rhino. If it was like Artist Series, Saffron Olive, Manatithe maybe. I don't really play Back to Basics that much. Yarok is kind of in the same... Oh, Hans? It might have to be Hans for the art. It might have to be... Even though we don't get to play Hans much, it might be Hans just because it looks like me. I actually had this idea, though. Speaking of magic and charity, you know what would be really sweet? And if no one else does this, maybe I'll try to figure out a way. But there really should be some sort of magic nonprofit where you can take and just donate your cards and have the money go to the charity of your choice. So I'm imagining something like Card Conduit, where you can like send them your cards and they'll buy list for you. But rather than actually profiting off of them, instead you could be like, okay, I'd like to send it to this charity or that charity. And if we did it legitimately, you could also get a tax write-off. So it'd be a benefit to people for sending in their cards. Because I know a lot of Magic players, we have a lot of money worth of cards. And we also have like good hearts that want to help people in general. But we might not have that much money that is, in our pockets because we spend it all on cardboard. But if you could just be like, oh, I don't really need this Jace anymore, I will put that money towards a charity of my choosing and get a tax write-off for it. Wouldn't that be an awesome... I feel like that would be so helpful and beneficial, like such a good thing in general. I don't know how to actually, maybe pitching it to Card Conduit is a way to go, because they're already like set up to do the buy listing part of it. Although that's also like their business. So I don't know if that'd be too much like competing with themselves, but it seems like that could be so sweet. Yeah, that would basically be what the nonprofit would have to do. Like you could send them the cards. They would sell the cards to turn them into cash, and then the money would go to the charity that you chose, essentially. Shieldred. Well, go to combat, attack you. I guess we're locked into meatballing again. I had an idea of creating a classic horror movie villain, like Jason or Freddy Secret Lair Drop. Ooh. Do we need to gain a life? Yeah, whatever. We'll just exile Invoke Despair. If our opponent ever draws another Invoke Despair, that's pretty bad for us. Get in. Head ya. Opponent. Oh my. Wow. Okay, maybe our opponent is a paid actor. What? Wow, they walked into this. This lets us get rid of the Bank Buster too. Wow, that was like the weirdest choice I could imagine. I mean, they wanted to save their Shieldred, but instead they just set themselves up to lose everything, including the Bank Buster. Yeah, I mean, well, we'll do that. Out of here, all you things. Sweep the board again. Get some triggers. What would be in your Secret Lair drop, chat? You get 4 or 5 cards. What would you have? Yeah, just taking it's probably worth it, especially with our opponent being at a fairly high life total. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ratadrabik. We need to find a Jaxis, though. Pass the turn. And we need our opponent not to invoke this. Wow, Tramway Station. Lands that draw cards seem good. Pood. 4 Squadron Hawks, all with different art. Each of the dual lads. That would be a good one. That'd be a high value Secret Lair drop. I don't get in and hit you. Oh, I'm just so worried about getting invoked. About it. Take some beats. Plaza of Heroes again. Where's our legends? Take Numa. Gonna get back Shieldred, I assume. Yeah, it's back. All right, deck. How about a real card? Oh yeah, I think we're gonna get Shieldred beat down here. We have drawn quite a few lands. Yeah, I think that a horror movie lair drop would be sweet. I imagine that the problem is is getting the IP for it. I'm sure there's IPs out there that would just turn Wizards down. So I think that's probably part of the reason we don't see some of those things. Oh, Falcon About the Aristocrat's a good one. Ooh, I like the elemental theme. We need more Risen Reefs in the world. Phil would also be happy. Sesame Street. What do you think about the secret lair drops they announced? Final Fantasy and what was the other one? That are coming not super soon, but in the Assassin's Creed. So Final Fantasy makes a lot of sense. Like Final Fantasy seems almost obvious with, oh boy. Oh dear. All right. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we can sack our Ratadrabik, depressingly. Get super by Shieldred. I don't even know if there's anything we can draw at this. Oh my goodness. Hi, so many lands at the wrong time. The TLDR, the rant, the short version is selling proxies for $250 a pack is, under the guise of celebrating Magic's 30th anniversary, is literally a slap in the face, a spit in the face, whatever is worse. I don't know what's a spit or slap. I'm not sure which is more demeaning, but whichever it is, pick that one. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Wizards. Oh, I forgot. I was going to mention the Transformer cards. I like celebrations. I just don't think $1,000 for fake cards is a celebration. That's a celebration of Wizards' bottom line, not of the community. Here's my take on the Transformers cards. I actually think Transformers are a really good Universes Beyond crossover. I've seen people hyped about it. Richard was hyped about it. Krim was hyped about it. I've never really been into Transformers, so I don't really care either way. But I think that is a sweet crossover. I like that crossover. However, I do really question putting it in Brothers War packs. Here's, let me get to this donation. I'll tell you my thinking. We got a new donation, Krusty back, $5 donation. Great point about how the move is tone deaf at a time when such financial hardship for many. And it goes what Maro said in 2017. Anyway, thanks for everything. You're a blessing to the community. Well, Krusty back, thank you for the donation and for the kind words. Definitely appreciate it. Here's my thinking. So Transformers, good Universes Beyond choice, but putting it in Brothers War, I believe is a bad choice. And here's what convinced me. I was thinking about it. And do you think that Wizards would put Transformers in the Lord of the Rings set? This is what really sold me on this being a bad choice. Do you think they would put it in the Lord of the Rings set? I think the answer on that is clearly no. There is no way that Wizards would do a Universes Beyond Lord of the Rings and just throw another IP like Transformers in there. For one thing, I'm sure that Tolkien's people wouldn't let them do that, and the fans of Lord of the Rings would be angry about it. And for another thing, it would hurt the story. If you're trying to do a Magic set that's telling the story of Lord of the Rings, having a random Transformer pop up in the booster pack is going to work against that goal. And I think when it comes to a set like Brothers War, which is supposed to be a love letter to Magic's old time fans, showing off one of the most iconic storylines in Magic. And I know Magic storylines are, we don't have that many iconic storylines compared to some other franchises, but Brothers War is about as iconic as a Magic storyline can be. Like, that is top tier for Magic. I feel like if they wouldn't do it for Lord of the Rings, they shouldn't do it for Brothers War, basically. Like, I think that the Brothers War deserves the same amount of respect and the same careful handling as the Lord of the Rings set does. So if you wouldn't put Transformers in Lord of the Rings, then I don't think you should do it in Brothers War. And I don't think this goes for every set. Like, if you're doing whatever, like, I could see an argument that, like, I don't know, maybe Kamigawa, it would make sense to have the vehicles in there and the neo-futurism or whatever. Maybe like the Godzilla crossovers in Ikoria, those actually kind of made sense. The whole theme is it's monsters. Here's, you know, some other monsters. I'm not really seeing that with the Brothers War. I think the theme of Brothers War is here's like the most classic Magic story that we have. Here it is. Let's go back and tell it. And I don't think that we want that to be overshadowed by Transformers. So TLDR, glad Transformers exist. I wish they'd just release them in a different way. And we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know how hard it is for them to get the IP, or like how long it takes for them to do it. Oh boy, yeah, we're super dead. We have seen, yeah, is a blowout. Well, I guess we discard Junji. Oh, opponent gets in, makes the treasure. We needed just a normal removal spell there. A normal removal spell and we're good, but now we're just dead because they ticked down Liliana. If it was a oh my god, what a blowout. Big fan, never get to catch you live, but happy to support. Hey, thank you, Frog Phantom. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to the Fishbowl. First time sub. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup to you for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What do you think about the converter thing? That came up on the podcast. Does anyone know why Transformers can convert? I don't know the Transformer lore, but like they have all these Transformers, and then when they die, they come into play converted rather than transformed, when it seems like Transformers would transform. But like I said, I'm not but I don't think it can be copyright because Hasbro owns both of them. Like Hasbro owns Wizards and they also own Transformers. So you would assume that Wizards could do whatever they wanted because they're the same parent company. Mechanical consistency. Like what do they call it in Transformers? Like in the actual show or movie, do they transform or do they convert? Mechanical consistency, that makes sense. I mean, I guess it's kind of the mechanic is kind of neat. The mechanic is kind of, oh, transform is already a magic rule. That kind of makes sense. Maybe transform means something specific under the magic rules, so they had to choose something else so it wouldn't conflict with the rules. I do like the like take on split cards, MDFCs, where like the front half is a creature, the back half's a vehicle. You can cast either half and then they flip back and forth. I could see that being a real magic mechanic. Real is in a standard set or something. Like obviously it's real because it exists, but what did you think of the Mark Rosewater thing? We didn't really get into that much. I wonder if we can find it. Is it still on the Reddit, or did it get overshadowed by all the announcements? Oh, I'm very curious what you think of this response, because this was before the announcements and that became the huge topic. This was the topic of the day. Well, plant the tap land. Well, a bit of a slow start, but we get to start doing things next turn. So here is the context. Someone asked Mark Rosewater, the uninvited ghost asked, if I open a pack of Magic and get a Transformers card, can I exchange it for a real Magic card through customer service? Obviously a silly question. There's no way they're going to say yes to that, but the response is, a note to everyone, please don't use real to differentiate between Magic cards that you play and Magic cards other people play. It's gatekeeping and exclusionary. Everyone can play what they enjoy. It's just as real a game of Magic as how you play it. Well, I'm curious. Yeah, I mean, so for one thing, it didn't answer the question. Even though maybe the question doesn't even deserve to be answered, because there's no way the answer to that question is going to actually be yes. That's not happening. There's no way. But is it wrong to refer to Magic cards as not real? Yeah, I mean, that's the question. I'm like actually curious about it, because it comes up in regards to cards that aren't legal, like silver bordered cards, acorn cards. I've called those not real before because they're not legal to be played anywhere. Alchemy cards, it's come up in regards to to alchemy that only exist on Arena and don't exist in paper. Oh my god. Oh, another Shielder day. Well, I guess it's Shieldred Wars. Hopefully our opponent does not have a removal spell, or else we're gonna be in trouble. Play the land, pass the turn. No attacks. I agree with Maro. He has a point, but I actually don't absorb the question. It's super dismissive. Honestly, Maro's right. I think I agree with the overall tenor of his thing. The idea that everyone enjoys Magic differently. I definitely agree with that. I don't know if I don't know if I've come completely to real being like a huge sticking point. I guess to me it kind of depends on what you're talking about. Like, I feel like real in regards to like silver border cards is kind of just slang for not tournament legal. And it's pretty clunky to be like not tournament legal all the time. Is there a better term for that is gonna satisfy Mark Rosewater's feelings on it, and the idea of, you know, not wanting to be gatekeeping or exclusionary? Is there a better way to phrase it, you think? I'll play the land. This could be sweet. So we get to play Ratadrabik. And now we got shenanigans, because we can Reckoner Bargain, sacking Eteri to kill or counter something. Not that thing, though. The Sheoldreds cancel each other out. Opponent. Cycles and cycles. Maybe we just do it right now? Yeah, let's do it. So, Reckoner Bankbuster. Sack Eteri. Get a non-legendary copy. Blow up Sheoldred. The synergies. Oh, canon or non-canon, that's not bad. I guess legal or illegal is... Legal or illegal isn't too bad either. Eteri... Or Urtai. Did I say Eteri? Urtai. I meant Urtai, not Eteri, sorry. No wonder it's confusing. Magic's business model is to turn cardboard and ink into luxury products based on scarcity. I will say that when I read Mark's Rosewater thing, and I mentioned this a little bit earlier when I was ranting, when it comes to gatekeeping, how does that apply to card prices and accessibility? Like, in some sense, and maybe I'm using the term wrong and it doesn't refer to the same thing, but at some point, isn't $1,000 proxies gatekeeping and keeping people from joining the community, or $2,000 monitor decks or something? Like, isn't that also, like, if the goal is everyone wants to play Magic in their own way, which is an awesome goal and I agree with that, how do card prices and Wizards behaviors go into that? Or do they just like... Or do they just like get a pass because they're a corporation, and it's just like, oh, like, obviously our goal is only to make money, so anything we do is fine and nothing we do can be questioned? Is it one of those like hashtag capitalism things where like when a player's like, I don't like Universes Beyond, it's like you're gatekeeping, but when it's like, we're gonna sell these for $1,000 and you're gonna like it, it's cool. All right, get down, Juji. Wizards owns the gate. That's actually I like that way of putting it. That's a good way of putting it. Now let's get frisky. Get in there. Hey Seth, I already know you probably butchered it. Oh my, cool. I know you've already probably butchered the word. Oh my god, I'm gonna butcher it right now. Technoti on Technoti Elemental. In case no one has pronounced it, choky. It's a Yiddish word that refers to a useless knickknack. Interesting. Thankfully, I don't think the new unset's coming. Oh, God. Oh, that's what you're doing? Oh, dead. No fun for us. Oh, bone it. Liliana the Veil. Hullbreaker Horror is kind of a blowout. Well, discard Tignuma, mill some cards. Get back Urtai. Chahachiki. Crowd pleaser with a gift sent to Resident Welcome. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. About to get in. Blitzes. Alright. Well, opponent killed all of our stuff, which makes us sad. Hits us a bunch, also makes us sad. Gets to draw a card, also pretty bad. Impulse not looking great here, so we only get to do a single thing this turn. Oh, that's super bad. Well, all right, they're tied. Kill the Hullbreaker. Impulse, I guess. Oh, our cards are all so expensive. I guess we'll take the cut down. Yeah, it's hard to do more than one thing a turn with this deck at the moment. We have so many 4s and 5s in hand, and we just cannot get them down. About it. What do you think of the set coming out with 30 cards, one of each year of Magic's existence? That is some of the best news of the day. I think that we're talking about the promos, like the old border promos, and some of them are in various language, all the languages that Wizards prints in, like those ones. Let me see if I can pull them up to make sure we're talking about the same thing. Assuming we're talking about the same thing, which is like these cards, the 30th anniversary promos. Amazing, awesome, well done, Wizards. Hit it out of the park. They're giving them away for free. To me, that actually feels like a 30th anniversary celebration. Like, hey, here's these really cool cards from our history, and we're going to just give them to you for showing up to your pre-release. That is celebrating the 30th anniversary done right, I think, in my opinion. Well, play the land. Play Ratadrabik. See what our opponent says. Okay, go to combat. Attack Liliana. I feel like something bad's about to happen. Opponent has mana of every color. Tear asunder to exile it. Okay. Well, Shieldred then. Oh my goodness, and an Urtai as well. And we draw Plaza that we can't cast, and then they can Liliana away Ratadrabik again. It never ends. It never ends. Titan of Andrew. Oh my, is this just 5-color pile? I guess there's no white, so 4-color pile? Yeah, there's no getting back from this. I mean, Titan of Industry. I don't know why Titan of Industry doesn't see more play in Standard. I don't know why it doesn't see more play. Titan of Industry is just like such a strong card. Why do we not see more Titan of Industries? I feel like whenever a Titan of Industry hits the battlefield, I lose. Like, very close to 100% of the time. Not sure why more people don't play it. It is like pretty close to unbeatable. People complain about spirits and celebrations, seem to forget that the only goal of the company is make money. You have the wrong set of expectations. What do you think about the, I mean, that's true. It is true that a company's only goal is to make money. Oh, but is it? I don't know. It's a celebration. I feel like, I mean, couldn't Wizards make a lot of money? Like, let's say they made that same product, the same product that we've been ranting and complaining about, the Black Lotus alpha reprint thing. So let's say they did that same product, but instead of selling it for $250 a pack, they sold it for $10 a pack or something, like master set prices. They're not tournament legal. So I don't know why Wizards is trying to keep the supply low, other than financial shenanigans. Like there's literally no, what could the possible harm be of printing enough of them to go around when they're not tournament legal anyway? It's not like this is going to crash the prices of the tournament legal ones. So I feel like there was a way Wizards could have achieved their goal of making a ton of money and also did something that felt like a celebration of Magic's 30th anniversary. I thought that's what they were doing. Like when they first started announcing that, and we didn't know what the price was and assumed that the price would be somewhat realistic. When they first started announcing it, I was like, oh my goodness, I was blown away. I was like, wow, this is a great way to celebrate the anniversary. Like this is going to give players cards they need that they've been wanting that they haven't been able to get. Sure, Wizards also going to make a big pile of money. It's a win-win. Everyone's happy. But in the end, it ended up just being like Wizards makes a big pile of money and the community gets to give Wizards a big pile of money, I guess. Like that's the win for the community. So I don't think those goals have to be mutually exclusive. Like in the perfect world, when it comes to Magic, Wizards makes products that players really, really want and sells them for a price that they can afford. And as a result, the players give Wizards lots of money to get those cards that they really, really want that Wizards made. Like, it should go hand in hand. Like, in a perfect world, we're happy to give Wizards money. Didn't get our upkeep stop set fast enough. We're happy to give Wizards the money because they're giving us the cards that we need. And they're happy to keep making the cards because we're giving them money. And everyone wins. It's a win all around. Well, we got to kill the Shieldred. Play the land, pass the turn, do some bank busted. Oh, I mean, the $1,000 packs will sell out. I don't think they'll sell out to Magic players. I think they'll sell out to speculators who are gonna make money on them. So I don't think it, but that doesn't really benefit the community in any way. It's not like speculators buying out a product and then reselling it to other speculators to make more money. That it's not like that actually benefits the average person at all. Kind of like the stock market or whatever. We're trying to get a Ratadrabik on the battlefield, although we haven't had much luck with that yet. We have had some games with it, but not this game. So Bankbuster goes off. I'll play Ottawa. I guess we might as well crew Bankbuster and smack our opponent a bit. Get in, hit ya. So we got the Jaxis. We just don't have Ratadrabik yet. Opponent gonna kill the Bankbuster. Yeah, let's run out Junji. Run out Junji past the turn. Opponent. So the main idea of the deck, if you get Ratadrabik, then Jaxis can copy it and you can just make a ridiculous number of copies of all of your legends and it gets really sweet. The first game, we actually pulled it off and it was pretty spectacular. Opponent runs out Urza. I don't think we're going to counter that. We're going to let it resolve. They're going to kill the dragon, then we're just going to empty our opponent's hand. Oh. All right, that also works.
I'm used to being uninvited.
Well, 1-2. No Ratadrabik, but Blitz Jaxis. Copy Junji. Discard Underdog. Keep the real one. And about it, hand gonna be empty, gives it up. Oh, by the way, I think I made a quip about Therese Nielsen earlier and Rebecca Gay. Sorry anyone who's still upset. She went full crazy. Oh, yeah, I think I must have missed that. Yeah, the synergy of the deck are really sweet. What do you think about building angels? I'm curious if angels can work. I kind of want to build an angel deck. How do you feel about live brewing on stream angel tribal for standard. And then we'll try to do modern, most likely on Thursday, because some people ask for modern, and we haven't done it on stream much. We have a new donation from Dan Wildfire. $2 donation. Thank you so much, Doug. Got some good news today. It looks like starter commander decks are only about $20 each on Amazon. Ooh, that's another product that I am really excited about. I think that even though it might not be a product for me, we'll see what the deck lists look like and how new player-y they are. But that's actually a pretty good price. $19 a piece for a 100-card commander deck. You can't beat that. But we've been talking about how how the game just keeps getting more and more complicated. Complexity creep. We've been talking about that, and I feel like something like new player commander decks is a good way to get around it. Are angels relevant without Righteous Valkyrie? Haven't tried them yet. So I guess I don't really know. I mean, there are some good angels. You still got Giada. You have Lisa. You have the kicker. You have the kicker angel, which I think is like a sleeper. You get the 6-drop one that we reanimate, Sanctum Warden. So I feel like there's enough, there's enough good angels to make a deck out of them. How that deck lines up with the black heavy meta, that I'm not 100% sure about. Sarah Paragon, another really good one. I think it would have to be Mardu Angels, because I think you want to be able to double kick Archangel. Ooh, maybe they should just hire you, Doug, to make the starter commander decks. You do all of your decks. I'm always impressed by the commander decks you show me. Oh, Balcor is that card's sweet. I want to play Demon Tribal now just to play that, because it's like such a good Demon Tribal commander. Well, tap land, go. Yeah, we can look at it. Maybe we can try to build angels. Found it. Brack in her bank buster. No blue mana. Well, I guess we will also take it to the bank. Archangel feels really fair. It's an absolute beater and limited, but 6 mana for a 3/4 in Warleader's Helix is very fair. I mean, I guess that's true. I guess it is, at its heart, a pretty fair card. Although I still think it's a pretty good one. This opponent is super aggressive with their bank busters. Well, play a Jano. Pass the turn. See what our opponent does. So many goldfishes. Yeah, goldfishes all around. Hey, welcome, goldfish. Good to have you. This is the perfect stream for you. Wow, opponent just fires it up. Well, I mean, I guess we try to kill it. All right, that works at least. Oh boy, there's a Shieldred. Still don't have blue mana. Oh boy. The mana of this deck has been an issue repeatedly. Wow, we're super dead. All right, Bank Buster. Shieldred is very punishing if you can't deal with it. And it is going to punish us to death here. So this deck, I gotta say I'm a little disappointed with it. Chaminka, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you. Thank you. Can you transfer your physical cards into this game? Unfortunately, no. That would be a really sweet option. On Magic Online, the first digital Magic client, you could transfer cards.
Let Kamigawa fail my family again.
I guess we do that. Boy, this is bad. You could transfer cards from digital back to... Yeah, this isn't even really much of a Shieldred deck. There's only one Shieldred in the deck. But it does... We had an upkeep stop arena. Okay, I guess we couldn't do anything with it. Well, yeah. We can try to impulse to see if we can find an answer. But it does kind of feel like just a black deck, which is... That's the part that's disappointing me. Yeah. Boo. My Ratadrabik Jaxis deck is Rakdos Smashing White for Ratadrabik. Ooh, what's your list look like, Lemonade? This is a infamous small Japanese tournament deck. My eldest turned 17 this week. They got me back into Magic in 2017, 100% Rakdos, but they're wanting a Kadria color the small deck because of bunnies. Oh, I mean, that's a good reason to want a Magic deck. I can get behind that. It's shocking to me they don't have codes on physical cards. I mean, is it now? Would you like to know the reason why? I think it's the same reason that we're selling $1,000 proxies. I think the answer is that it makes more money if they don't do that, right? Then you have to buy all the cards. I mean, that would be my guess, at least. Yeah, that's my guess. How have you been liking the game, Goldfish? How have you been liking it? All right, what else? Yeah, so I don't really... The thing I don't like about this deck is, to me, the Graveyard Trespassers... well, the mana is horrible. Whoever built this mana base, not a fan. And I don't like that it feels kind of like a mono black deck. And I don't know why we're splashing Impulse and a Terry. Like, why we're playing two basic islands, and some dual lands, and an Ottawa to play two Impulses and an Atari? That does not make any sense. Maybe we could just do a better version of this deck without the blue mana. We gotta get rid of the blue mana. We can get rid of the boring stuff. And now, what legends would be sweet in this deck? What legends can we add to this deck to make it better? This part of the deck I'm fine with. I like Jaxis, Ratadrabik. That's sweet. We're not going to cut the Shieldred. Junji's fine. Ayo, we should probably play more of because it's pretty good. Your post on Amazon shows your city and zip code, by the way. Oh, thank you, Longshot. Yeah, I think that's probably close enough, but thank you. Thalia. Although Thalia locked us out when we played against it. Although Thalia is good. Oh, Legendary Angels? Are there enough angels? Catilda, Coyote. What about Jadar? Can we go with the sacrifice theme? Can we go more like Reckoner Bargains and play Jadar? Is Jadar good enough? Squee is cool. I could see trying a Jadar. Raven Man's probably not gonna... Ooh, braids. Why is there no braids? Braids, Ratadrabik, sacrifice. Shouldn't braids be like an auto include in this deck? Infamous small Japanese players. I got no idea what's going on over there. Ooh. What about Gisa? Can we steal our opponent's legends? We already have so many 4-drops. Just playing against you, my Salte decked. I'm Deflecting Bob. Good game. Hey, thank you, Youngers Gaming. Good game, good game. What about the Frog Ninja? Wait, is it legendary? Multiple Toxirals would be busted. And Sushi's not bad. I mean, I feel like we're just building the Mardu Dragon deck now, though. When we played the Mardu Legendary Dragon deck, honestly, any deck that can cast it's going to get better by having Fable the Mirror Breaker. Is Fable the Mirror Breaker... Ooh, what about Urabrosk? Yeah, that doesn't do anything too specific. Yeah, Braid seems perfect with Ratadrabik and Jaxis. Okay, what were the other legendary suggestions? Eldraine. We need an Eldraine. We do want more low on the curve stuff. Squeeze seems fun. Eruth. Eruth seems risky. Balmor, not enough spells. Vadrik, not enough spells. This thing, probably don't want it. Ooh. Could we build a straight up sack version? Is there a way to make Lagomos and... I don't know if you saw the rough drafts. Can we make like Lagomos and Garda work? Ooh, Olivia. Double Olivia. Sack it. Yeah, I do like her. Urabrosk can be sneaky good. Remcar. Oh, Wait a minute. Vigilance. Is ward on here? Ward is not on here. Vigilance. Death touch. Flying. Lifelink. I don't think anyone's ever played. I don't think everyone's any player in Odric. This might be the Odric deck. When Resona deals combat damage to player, if it doesn't have an indestructibility counter on it, put a counter on it. When a creature deals combat to you, remove the counter. Resona might not be good enough. What about Jaren? Jaren could be sweet. What about Legendary Samurais? Oh, it's a warrior too, so we can... Stack's getting kind of spicy. Add Luxor and... Ooh, sacking turn planeswalkers into creatures and then make copies of them. That actually sounds hilarious. I don't know if it would be effective, but that does sound super hilarious. We don't have the right mana, I don't think, for Catilda. How many lands do we have? Oh, we need to add some lands. Did we improve the deck? Probably not. But we're going to be much more likely to be able to cast our spells, which is sweet. All right, so we got to get rid of this blue source. Only 3 Plaza heroes. Infamous small Japanese players. I got no idea what you're doing. So, land, rare. We don't get a Mardu Triome, though. So we're going to just have to piece it. Yes, mana was so bad. All right. Well, I guess we just piece together mana, fix the sideboard, and then we'll try. See if we do some cool things with Odric of all things. So Plaza of Heroes in. Shattered Sanctum in. Haunted Ridge in. Sundown Pass in. That looks like a deck. So we don't get counters. We got to go down the counters, out of the sideboard. Reckoner Bankbuster stays. The Shielder is fine. Liliana's fine. Duress is fine. Destroy Evil is actually... I really like Destroy Evil in Standard at the moment. Lots of things that it can kill. So... Oh, wait. Haha. All right, we were filtered to rare. Right? Destroy Evil... Reckoner Bankbuster, Duress, Liliana, Cut Down. Ugh. Maybe in a Braid? And a Braid's fine. And you know what? Let's try an Urbrask. Boom. Take 2. We're an Odric deck. We're doing it. We're doing it. We took out the Stormcarved Ghost, right? I think. I hope. Yeah, we got rid of it. And we still have 25 lands. All right, so we should be good. How good do you think the new creature land is? We didn't actually talk about that. I know there were other... We got so distracted by ranting and the spoilers from today. We haven't actually had a stream since they introduced these new cards. We got to talk about it a little bit during the live stream. How good do you think the other Brothers War cards are? Do you think that... Who do you think's better, chat? Are you Team Urza or Team Mishra? Use whatever criteria you want. Which do you think is better, and which are you more hyped for? I mean, we got Braids, so we should be good. Does it look like a pile? Yes, but I like to remind chat that if you put infinite sets in a room with infinite arenas, they would eventually produce Modern Hammer Time. I guess that's kind of true. Is anyone on Team Urza? Okay, Affinity to Squirtle. I think I'm on Team Mishra at this point. As far as power level, apparently they're both just like horrible people. Although I don't actually know the lore. So from that perspective, it's probably a wash. Devil BT, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. All right. Boom. Braids. How do you like us now, opponent? How do you like us now? And we got Ratadrabik. And counters. Actually, it seems pretty even between... It started off strong for Mishra, but now Urza's made a comeback, so I think it's actually pretty even between the two of them. Well, alright. Tenmary's Alpha, Ratadrabik. Maybe we should just pass? Oh, I really don't want Ratadrabik countered. Yeah, let's pass and kill something. We got this cut down. We also can take Numa if we want to. How about it? Combat. Hits us for 2. Sure. Wow, still not drawing the land. All right, well, we'll kill the Denic then. Put an end to the Denic system. Mishra and Ishid. Yeah, doubling up the attack trigger seems pretty sweet. Well, ayo! Please don't counter it. If our opponent's not drawing lands, they're drawing something, and that could be Make Disappears. It appears to be Make Disappears. There's a poll up. Give your vote. Mishra or Urza? Well, all right. Play this. Ratadrabik. We can pay for the Make Disappear this time. Pass the turn, and since our opponent cannot draw lands, the synergies are starting to stack up. Rafine, that is 5. Opponent passes. Ooh, okay, so we blitz Jaxis. Oh, this is gonna be sweet. So we blitz. Oh, watch this turn. We blitz Jaxis. Jaxis copies the Ratadrabik. We discard the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. We sack the real Ratadrabik to get another Ratadrabik. And then Reckoner Bankbuster sacks the Jaxis. We draw 3 cards. We make 2 Ratadrabiks. And then I guess we play the land and pass the turn. And unless our opponent can sweep away our board here, we get to AO off next turn. Sheoldred, that's fine. Oh, we don't have any legends anymore, so it doesn't work. Oh, this turn's gonna be sweet though. Rusty Shackle for $1. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. All right, so we get drained. But oh my goodness, check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. AO. Jaxis. Discard a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Keep the fake AO. Sack the real one. Go digging. Get a Sheoldred. Jaxis. Oh, I keep forgetting we don't have red mana. All right. Yep, that's fine. Could have been even sweeter, but this is still pretty good. Hit ya. We needed more red mana. All right. AO. Sacks. We draw. We get a million AOs. We go digging. Get a braids. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful about it. Untabs. That's 4 AOs. Now we don't even care if we get me hooked. If we get me hooked, we get 4 AO triggers. If we don't get me hooked, wow, opponent's getting frisky. No fear. All right, kill Sheoldred. At this point, we don't even care if we get me hooked. Obscure Interceptor, sure. So opponent's gonna gain a bit of life. But I think we're gonna block with the AOs. I think we block with the AOs. Opponent. Conniving. Sure. I will, after this round, we will export the deck. Yeah, let's kill it. We'll lose some AOs, but I think it's worth it. Stuff dies. Go. We could probably win, couldn't we? We don't want to win, though. We don't want to win, though. Oh, that was good. Wow, it looks like Urza won. It was a super close vote, but Mishra, 47%. Urza, 53%. I guess that's probably what Wizards wants. People on both sides. This stuff is why I play Magic. People just want to cast Invoke Despairs. This is why I like to play Magic, too. This is exactly it. Hey, what's up, Cold Spy? How are you? Major Killjoy for the 11th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And a super quick reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards. Wait, why does it say Mishra 47%? How can Mishra win with 47%? Oh, I couldn't see the neither option. I didn't realize there was neither. I just saw Mishra 47, so I assumed, yeah, you're right. So it's Mishra 47, Urza 36, neither. A lot of neithers in there. Way more neithers than I realized. Good call, chat. Good call. Cargated.com/MTG Goldfish. Hey, Seth, I built a janky Hardened Scales Hydra Tribal deck in Modern. Can you take a list? Look, wow, you're not going to believe this, but I may have recorded a Hydra Tribal Modern deck for an upcoming bunch of brew. It does not look like this deck exactly, but yes, I've actually somehow 2 people in the world have been working on Modern Hydra Tribal at the same time. I can't believe that's a thing, but it is. What are the odds? We need to see if this Odric's good. Maybe we need more Odrics. Think of all the blood. Think of all the blood we could sack. We'll go on a Fable and maybe we go one. Actually, we'll go on a Meat Hook. Oh, we are gonna run out of time here. Keep the Bank Buster. Run it like that. Uba Ninja, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I was messing around with Shivan Devastator. That was one of the key cards I wanted to build around. Went a very different direction without the Hardened Scales. It was pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. When it works, it's really sweet. When it doesn't work, I mean, you're playing Modern, and sometimes things go horribly, horribly wrong, and you just die to Primeval Titan on turn 3 or whatever. But that's Modern, whether you're Hydraing or not. So I like the mono green look, though, Magix and Sam. I think Hardened Scale is a cool way to take advantage of it. One card I would say that I think is really interesting is one that I can't think of the name of at the moment. What's the X-Spell pin or Monogon? Where when you cast an X-Spell, you double the X, or you double the spell if it's not a permanent spell. What is the name of that card? It was from original Modern Masters? Battle Bond? Unbound Flourishing, thank you. Yes, that is. I think that Unbound Flourishing is like super sweet for Hydra Tribal. Jumpstart, that's what it was. So many products these days. About it. Oh yeah, Soulscar Mage can be pretty brutal. Well, let's get down Jadar. Play the Haunted Ridge, pass the turret, make a Decay Zombie. I think it was actually Jumpstart. I think that's correct. I'm just here for the 30th anniversary rabble. Did I miss it? You may have missed most of the rabbling. Although, whatever he casts is getting countered here, right? Well, we might as well get in with the Decay Zombie because it's going to go away. Get in, hit ya. And, oh, so I was right. See, I do know Magic cards sometimes. Did you forget that you played Unbound Flourishing for a bunch of brew deck or an Against Odds deck? A long time ago, we did do. Right after it came out, we played an Unbound Flourishing deck. But there was no Shivan Devastator. There was no Shivan Devastator at that time. Any Memer Dreams coming soon? Probably. Although I don't have one recorded yet, so yes, there will be Memer Dreams coming soon, but it might still be a little bit. Probably another week or two. just a question on the cards, not Magic 30. What's wrong with the art on weakness? That's actually a good question. I am not sure on that. Does anyone? Let's look up weakness. So weakness was left out of Magic 30. I'm not sure, unless I don't know if they're supposed to, like, is it representing like a disabled person? And I don't know. I'm not even sure what it's representing. So if you have any ideas, let me know. This isn't one for me where it's like super obvious. Like some of the cards in the past, it was just like, oh yeah, like of course that is why this is not acceptable. But this isn't one of those. This one's a little bit more up for interpretation, I think. Rafine or AO? Probably AO. AO. Well, hit you with the Jadar, make a decay zombie. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. If it's something that they're on the fence about, it probably makes sense just to not risk it with something like that. If it could be interpreted in an uncouth way. Salt Breeze, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you. Thank you. Well, let's get Jaxis, I think. Yeah, let's get Jaxis. We know our opponent's hand. They get to reanimate first, but that's if they want to. Well, kill Wandering Emperor.
I'll be back.
Play Lisa. Lisa is also pretty synergistic in this deck. If we get back Ratadrabik next turn, oh boy. About a land. They might have to reanimate our Ratadrabik just to keep us from doing our thing. But if they do that, then we get to reanimate their AO, and that's still pretty fine. Opponent. Wow. Oh, they're starting at beginning. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I mean, we get to get back Ratadrabik. And then we play the land. We play Braids. We play Fable the Mirror Breaker. Make a dork. Hit you with Lisa. The synergies are here. Braids. Sack Braids. Get a Braids with Ratadrabik. Get back Braids with Lisa at the end step. The synergies. About it. What else was on the list of the cards that they didn't actually include? I mean, not that anyone's gonna buy them anyway, because they cost a ridiculous amount of money. So the cards that they excluded: Contract from Below, anti-card; Dark Pack, anti-card; Demonic Attorney, anti-card; Crusade, that one had already been banned; Weakness, and then Earthbind. What is Earthbind? Oh. Yeah, I remember Earthbind. Yeah. I mean, I will say that they don't really make this suggestive of Magic art in 2022. I guess Earthbind is pretty suggestive. I can see why they might not be comfortable with that anymore. That might be a product of 30 years ago when standards were a little different, maybe in Magic in the world. Do you think if they sold one pack for $250, anyone would buy them? Not really. I think the cost of $250 is the issue. Like, I think that's the problem. MTG Spicy Gulliver's Travels. I know. So episode Episode 69 of the Commander Clash podcast is coming up, and Krim loves the Mimi internet numbers. So we were talking about if we could do if there would be any sort of special episode we could do for that, and the answer is probably no. I would lean towards no. I don't know if there's a way to actually pull that off. I'm gonna update. I'm going to update the deck list in case anyone wants this new and improved version, perhaps. By the way, since I started watching MTG content, it became my favorite creator since I found out we both like Soul Herder-esque strategies. Oh, blinking and value is my favorite. That and janky combos. This is the first draft of the deck I tried to build. I haven't actually tried it yet. Sideboard is a loose collection of something. Ooh. Oh, some old school Heartless Summoning action. This is interesting because normally when I see viewer submitted Heartless Summoning decks, people tend to go for the combo where you're trying to like loop Mirror Retrievers or whatever. It's cool just to see a stompy build where you're like, I'm going to play Heartless Summoning. I'm going to play free 5/6s, free 5/5s, 1 mana Rotting Registors and Shakedown Heavies. I wonder if there's a way to also have, I like the Semblance Anvil as a backup plan, because that is one of the concerns. Although 16 creatures, it might be painful to exile one of them, but still, that is a nice backup to Heartless Summoning. I wonder if there'd be a way to fight rigging too. Would it be possible to go Jund, Heartless Summoning, fight rigging? Although, what are you putting into play with it? Yeah, it looks sweet, motherfucker. I like the idea. Well, all right, we'll keep this one. Hopefully we draw land. Go, Fable the Mirror Breaker, apparently. I am confused and mildly shocked that someone would censor Earthbind for its art. Guess I grew up in a different time. Yeah, I mean, I think it's more that Magic has just moved away from art that could be considered sexualized in any way. That was something that in the early days of Magic, it was a little bit more common. I think that just in general, Wizards has moved in a different direction. So I think, oh no, we really needed a land there. So I think in that context, it makes sense. Not that there's anything wrong with the art in an absolute sense. I mean, it's a piece of art. But I can see why in 2022 Wizards wouldn't want to put it in a 13 and up card game or whatever. Hey, welcome, Nora. Hello, hey, thank you for letting me know, Pyro. Hopefully you're enjoying our mana screw here, not being able to draw any lands to cast her spells, but hopefully you're having fun. Welcome. Hey, thank you, Deadly Amoeba. Ooh, a land. A land is good. That lets us play a Braids. We're kind of far behind. Double Plaza of Heroes is, oh no. Yeah, that's... I don't know if we can come back from this now. We're in really bad shape now. Bounnet bounces the Braids. Yeah, not being able to cast anything is bad. And this is going to flip, so we can't kill it. Yeah, we're probably dead. Well, there's a drawback to Plaza. And that is sometimes it cannot cast what you need it to. Opponent. What do you think about using the Silver Moon Key to tutor up the Might and the Weak Stone? Might make Urza Meld combo more attainable. Ooh. Oh, we draw land. We still can't get rid of anything, though. Yes, has been missing that land drop for a turn is really putting us in a pickle. Braids. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, not beating that ever. Well, missing land drops. Definitely pretty painful there. Pretty painful. What do we do about that? I mean, I don't think it's that Magic cards can't have attractive characters on them anymore. It's more, I think, staying away from stuff that might be objectifying or fetishizing. I don't know if that's even a word, but I think that's more the goal. I don't think it's that like Wizards wants everyone, featured on Magic cards to be unattractive or ugly or whatever. I don't think that's what they're going for, but I think they are trying to stay away from sexualization, really. Muñez, let's get them true proxies for $1,000. Whoa, oh my goodness, tell me about it. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you. Thank you. I mean, I think of it this way. Like, I actually personally don't think that it's wrong to try to stay away from cards that could come across to sexualize, because you got to remember that, like, it's kind of like not swearing on the stream. I think it's kind of like that choice. Like, yes, if you for you and your friend group, it might be perfectly fine. But a lot of different people play Magic, and I think we want a lot of different people to play Magic. And one of the reasons that I don't really swear or curse or try not to on the stream is there's people that want to like watch the stream and have their kids around, and maybe they're, not in a point where they're swearing or whatever. Like, so I think it's kind of the same way that when you're making a game that's hopefully for everyone, that's hopefully going to be for, 13-year-old kids and whole families to play and all that kind of stuff. There, even if it isn't an issue for you, there's probably some people who it would be an issue for. I blame the Reddit for that one. I think that's on the Reddit, really. Ghosted Ag Faden. All right, we get to play first. And it was also pretty, I think it also describes how I feel about the product, like, very perfectly so. With just on a 2-hour hold, poor guys at CVS are understaffed. Oh, 2 hours is a long time to hold. All right, we got some lands this game, sort of. We got 3 of them. We did have to mulligan to find them, but that's okay. We didn't want to start with 7 cards. Play a land past the turn. About it, untaps. What if the reason they've made this so expensive is 100 IQ plan is to have them become legal down the road once they get rid of the reserve list? That crossed my mind. That actually really truly crossed my mind, that maybe part of the plan of this is that they could become legal down the road. I don't think that's likely, although I hope that is a possibility. Like, if they were just like, hey, gold border cards with different backs, those are tournament legal now, or like proxies are actually legal now, that would be a huge deal. Like, that would be a game changer for the reserve list and the cost of cards. I'm not expecting that to happen. I think the chances of that are very small, but that would be a really sneaky way to get around the reserve list. Although I think then you'd have the same reserve list issue, right? Like, if you print a bunch of not tournament legal Black Lotuses, and then you're like, haha, just kidding, they're actually tournament legal, then I think the product would be breaking the reserve list. So I feel like it would have the same issues as everything else, basically. Like, you either can break the reserve list or you can't break the reserve list. If you're going to say you can't break the reserve list or won't break the reserve list, then I think doing that workaround would also still break the reserve list and have the same issues. I do kind of think we should allow more proxies in tournaments. All right, so opponent's going to casualty, going to make disappear, counter Fable and Mirror break. That's not what we meant to do. All right, that's unfortunate. Well, let's see if we get blown out because of that. Opponent drops to 12. We really want to leave up this bargain to draw some cards. Opponent. Invoke Despair. Well, we'll sack the Braids. I mean, I guess this is kind of okay. Opponent draws a bunch of cards. They get drained. Shieldred still busted. Play AO. Remember when people thought that Shieldred was not good? Shieldred was not good, and Shieldred is just like wrecking standard. How come we never see you participate in tournaments? Takes away from making content, really. That's the honestly, I mean, the biggest reason is it takes away from making content. Tournaments are a big time commitment in general, where you got to spend a day or multiple days. Wow, double Invoke Despair and not even close to enough. Yeah, I mean, I think you're just dead. So tournaments are like days or multiple days. So that's kind of the... So, I mean, I was wrong about Shieldred, and I was one of the people arguing that Shieldred was at least decent. I don't think I said it was going to be the best card in Standard, but I thought it would be good at least, when some other people thought it was straight up bad. And I think I was still wrong. I did not argue that it would be good in Soul Sisters, although I probably should have. So that's the biggest reason. Although maybe I should play in more tournaments. The other reason is I've just never been a big fan of traveling. I don't go to many events in general. I live in a crappy area to travel from, and it's a lot of hassles and layovers and driving and flights. So I don't travel for stuff very much. And this is changing now in the arena era, where you can do a lot of tournaments just from the comfort of your own home. But it was pretty much a driving all over type of thing, where you're going to, PTQs and trying to qualify for this and flying to that, and it just wouldn't be very appealing. Are you heading to Philly in November? So November / the end of October, I'm going to be doing Magic 30, and I don't have another event on my calendar at this point. I'm sure I will be going to other events, but I'd be surprised if I went to Philly in November. Little close to Magic 30 in the Vegas Strip. Shieldred will be included in my Nekuzar or the Mindrazor deck. Yeah, Shieldred is very good with wheels for sure. Yeah. All right, Odric. Let's see if Odric's as good as we hoped. Wait, does this mean it's going to make 0 blood tokens? This is going to make 0 blood tokens. Oh my goodness. Wait, it actually makes 0? When it enters a battlefield, create X bloods, where X is the number of abilities. It doesn't have any abilities itself. Couldn't they have at least given it an ability so it could do some... Oh, we're in trouble. Oh boy, they really made that one bad, didn't they? Oh boy. Yeah, they made that even worse than I realized. Well, I guess... We can Liliana, but then they just connive it. I guess that's probably still what we do, though. Play Liliana, take it down. Get rid of the underdog for now. I mean, next year we can start playing things. Maybe those things will do stuff. And things might happen. Seth, you said Blink Failure deck's your favorite. So question for you. You have to ban one for life and never play it again. Blood Moon, Siege Rhino, or Panharmonicon. Who gets the axe? Oh no. Asking the real question. Okay, so Blood Moon stays because there's no replacing it. Like with Panharmonicon, I can kind of get the same thing from Yarok, even though it's not exactly the same. Ugh. Alright, Shieldred. Well, I mean, we too have a Shieldred. Please don't kill it. We really need this to live because we're falling pretty far behind. So it wouldn't be Blood Moon. Blood Moon sticks around. Yeah, but that dies to creature removal. Although I guess it is a replacement, but it's dying to creature removal. I mean, I guess you'd say the same thing about Yarok and Panharmonicon. So maybe that's a bad line of reasoning. But Blood Moon still stays. Hey, what's up, Wachi? How are you? But that is a fair point. Panharmonicon you can replace with Yarok, and honestly, Yarok's probably better Panharmonicon at this point. And Wizards does print lots of doubling effects now, so I think we're gonna keep getting them. There's like Naban Harmonic Prodigy for Wizards and Olive for Wizards. So I feel like maybe we're just gonna keep getting more and more of them. So maybe that's a reason to go with Panharmonicon. Siege Rhino, I guess. Siege Rhino is just too iconic. I don't think I could ever get rid of Siege Rhino, even though from a win and losses perspective, that probably is the one. Because you play Shieldred or Kalitas or whatever. But Siege Rhino just has such a special place in my content heart that I don't think I could actually be like, oh, I'm never going to play it again. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I'm going to go Panharmonicon and just play Yarax. Watchy, first time sub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoop cheer for you. Thank you. How come we haven't played Displacer Kitten in Historic yet? We just haven't been playing much Historic is the biggest reason, really. Well, white, red, whatever. Odric. No one's countering an Odric. No way. No way. Although I might kill her Shieldred and then our Odric does nothing. Oh, look at that. Wow. 3 for 3. No abilities but a blood token? Why isn't everyone playing this super strong Magic the Gathering card? Opponent gonna cycle. Oh, I think this is our best window. Kill the Shieldred. I can't believe just how much they power down this Odric. It's like over the top how powered down it is. For a like pretty well-known character too. Yeah, I mean, we do have a decent amount of keywords. That's true. Opponent refines, connives, draws, discards. What's going in the graveyard? I mean, the first Odric was, I guess there've never been a super strong Odric. Although the first two were both way better and more interesting than this one. I feel like this one really wanted to call back to the old ones, but just was not good enough to do that. Well, Land Lisa. Whoa! Okay. That probably means we're about to die. That's less than ideal. Opponent passes. Shieldreds do their thing. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, that puts us to dead. Odric did not save us. You have to get the Panharmonicon tattoo removed now. It's over. I feel like it's about time for the... Yeah, we're like literally dead there. I need to get a magic tattoo. I've been talking about it for a while. Then doing something with channel points. We've been talking about both of those things forever. But I think I think it's actually time to get a magic tattoo. Let's see. I want to see if angels work. I want to see if they work. Give me your advice, chat. I have not built angels. I know. So good angels. Giada, Archangel of Wrath, Sarah Paragon, if we can make the curve work. I guess Inspiring Overseer is probably good enough-ish, maybe. Sanctuary Warden, pretty powerful card. So we're going to probably be in Mardu. Lisa, decent. Sigarda, not decent. Paragon of Modernity, definitely not decent. Wedding Announcement and Fable makes sense. I guess that makes Sarah Paragon a lot better too. So what do we do in the 2-drop slot? Oh yeah, standard angels. I don't think there's any... There's Secluded Courtyard. There's no changelings anymore since rotation. Infernal Grasp makes sense. Fateful Absence. I don't, yeah, Fateful Absence, I like that he gets Planeswalkers. I dislike that he gives our opponent a clue. So maybe we're just playing interaction at 2, Giada and interaction, and then just trying to, one more Lisa, maybe 2? 2 Lisas could be fine. Is there anything that takes advantage of being in, but why Fable? Because it's just a really good card in our colors. Like the filtering seems important. Full Metal Mathematician. Oh, Wandering Emperor or Elspeth, yeah. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you. Thank you. We could play without Fable the Mirror Breaker if we wanted to. I think it would make the deck less powerful. But it's not like, I don't think there's any angels we're leaving out. Like, Quartermaster is a no-go. Elspeth, the ultimate does refer to angels. Enduring Angel is pretty janky. Whenever another creature with power 2 less enters a battlefield under your control, put 2 counters on it. So that'd be Giada. Yeah, not enough. Plus, Fable does support Sarah Paragon. I think that's a big part of it. So, Munoz, how are you? Welcome. What's up? Angel Fire Ignition. That also says Angel in it. Would Omnixilus be good? I mean, it would probably be fine. Although we don't have that much to sacrifice. Are there any Mardu decks in existence? Boros. I'm just curious if there's any good, like, any good utility cards I'm not thinking of. Oh, there's a Mardu mid-range deck. Shivan Devastator, not an angel. Intrepid Adversary, also not an angel, but it'd be fine. Oh, we could play Bankbuster. Bankbuster, I think worst case we put in the sideboard, but Bankbuster that would be another good too. If we're going mid-rangey. Can we make Right to Oblivion work? We don't really have, I don't know if we have enough to sacrifice. Right to Oblivion's really good, but we don't really want to sack angels. All right, let's go 2 Bankbusters in the main, 2 in the sideboard. Can this deck actually work? Can angels actually compete? Go 2 Lisas. So we can play enough lands. Are we being way too greedy with removal? Probably. Perhaps. How would you change the mulligan rule for non-standard formats? If I was in charge of non-standard formats mulligan rule, the main reason we're in red is for kicking our Archangel of Wrath. I think the Archangel of Wrath, this was a card I was really high on for standard, but it hasn't seen a ton of play. I still feel like this has to be good. I thought this was going to be one of the better standard cards from the set. But you really got to be able to double kick it. If you can't double kick it, then it's just a straight up not good card. When I made Mardu Angels, I basically cut Paragon, didn't run Overseer. What else did you have in your deck, Halfwing Steed? What do we want for a sweeper? Probably Meat Hook. We could play Farewell. Could you use more card advantage? Yeah, I don't know what else we play for card advantage, though. Like, we have Fable, that's like filtering. Bankbuster. Angelic Overseer is a redraw. Wedding Announcement at least draws us some cards. Yeah, Destroy Evil's probably good enough. Destroy Evil. What else? Yeah, we'll play a Farewell. I mean, Farewell is... that card gets me. Sarvex, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Yeah, so I guess we have a lot of, like... Sierra Paragon gets stuff back from the graveyard. So we don't have a lot of, like, straight-up draw card style card advantage. But we do have a lot of pseudo card advantage. Yeah, let's play one Rite of Oblivion. That seems reasonable. Little worried that we don't have enough interaction in the main deck. We'll see. We might have to cut a little. We probably need to go up a couple more. Probably up like 2 more removal spells, I think. We might have to cut 2 of something. That's on you, chat. Figure out what we should cut to play 2 more removal spells. Ooh, we get to play cool basics too. All right, Ijano. Tegnuma. Sokenzen. Haunted Ridge, Caves of Koilos, Shattered Sanctum, Sundown Pass. Probably something like that. And then 1, 2, 3. We don't really have that much black or red. It's very, very, very minimal. But we need a lot of white. Multiple of the black channel land. I can see running up to 2 of each channel land. Maybe not the red one, but we can do that. I do like getting a little more value out of the mana base. And maybe like a mountain? Actually, let's just play the last Caves of Koilos. That should be functional. Blood Tithe Harvester. Blood Tithe Harvester is so good, but that's just like it's a tough sell in Angel Tribal. I don't know if I can get myself to play it in Angel Tribal, even though it's good. Ooh, Phyrexian Missionary is cute. Angel Tribe was hard because it doesn't seem like there's enough angels to support it. I mean, we have a decent amount of good angels. I think Giada's the big payoff. I don't think we're missing any good angels. I think we got all the good ones, maybe. Are we missing anything angel-wise? Good. 5-mana 3/3, just not gonna do it. Enduring Angels, so... Oh, boy. I don't know how that card made it to Mythic. Well, I guess you have Hexproof. That does stop Invoke Despair. If your life total be 0 or less, transform it. Maybe we play one? Can we play an Enduring Angel? Is there any chance that Enduring Angel is actually good? It looks bad. It looks really bad. But maybe it's secretly good? Ooh, Kamigawa Sagas. Kamigawa Sagas, it might actually be good. Let's try one Enduring Angel. Although we were really trying to add more removal to the deck. That was the actual concern. Maybe we just... all right, let's put all the Bankbusters in the sideboard. See if we end up regretting that. Go 1 Farewell, 1 Meat Hook Massacre, a bunch of removal, some Pilfers, 3 Bankbusters. And another Infernal Grasp. Try it like that? I mean, they are angels. They should be good. Let's try it. Let's try it. Defiler of Faith. What would Defiler of Faith do? We haven't really played many Defilers. Apparently it's Mardu Day. On to Mardu deck number 2. Mardu Angels. Seth, MTG tattoo idea. Get a tattoo of Bear as a classic MTG character. Best of both worlds. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to get a tattoo of Bear as Wilson Refined Grizzly. I think that's the way to go. Bear sitting there looking bearish, doing whatever Wilson's doing, smelling the tea. I think that's probably it. Hey, what's up, Aussie Dave? How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, all right, we got some filtering. We got some filtering. We'll give that a try. Defiler, so Defiler Faith, what, 4 mana, 4-4? 5 mana 5/5. 5 mana 5/5. You can ramp by paying Phyrexian mana for your white mana cost. A white mana cost. Cast a white spell, make a 1/1 soldier token. Yeah, I mean, I think the Defiler... Wow, put a Mr. Land drop and scooped. All right. Well, in that case, we'll go down this Enduring Angel, which is probably going to die to Izzet, and then go up the cut downs, I guess. Cut downs seem fine. Maybe one Sanctuary Warden. Run it like that. Yeah, I have seen the Paddingtons. Yeah, the deck's busted. We won our first game in 0 seconds. You just need your opponent to miss their second land drop and you're off to the races. Oh, lad, go. Bear, Hound of Olive, legendary creature dog, 0/5. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a food. If you cannot, sacrifice a squirrel. Ooh. We need a... Maybe I'd have a bear card in my secret lair drop. Someone asked before what I put in my secret lair drop. Maybe I need a bear reference. Ooh, impulse. A lot of impulses today. Oh, I can see his face. What is... He worked Jeffrey Palmer, I want to say. I want to say Jeffrey Palmer, but I might be butchering the last name. I think that's it, though. He did stuff for Channel Fireball. He did stuff for Channel Fireball in the past. I don't know if he still does. It's definitely Jeffrey. The Paddington guy. I think it's Jeffrey with a, like, G. All right, opponent counters. Sure. Yeah, I think that the Defiler cycle is definitely at their best in monocolor decks. We'll see. I wonder if we're going to see a theme of that in the Brothers War of Phyrexia. The Defiler cycle is Phyrexian. So I wonder if this is foreshadowing, like, a monocolored theme to come. Another I do not know what our opponent's attempting to do over there. But we will play a land and play, I guess, Giada resolves for now. Is this just like, is it control? I figured they were some sort of like Delver deck, but maybe this is trying to be a control deck. Play with fire to kill Giada. All right, but it untaps. Arcane Bombardment. Ooh. Wow, I haven't seen Arcane Bombardment in a while. That'd be sweet. If we lose to Arcane Bombardment, I will accept it. Reckless Impulse. Twin Inferno and Stormcarve Coast, Well, Overseer. Draw a card. A land, please. Okay, we draw the land, play the land, pass the turn. We're getting there. We're getting there slowly as our opponent kills literally all of our things. There's for discuss. This might actually be Arcane Bombardment. Is there an Arcane Bombardment deck people are playing? About it. Discards. How long until we get another Eldrazi set? Well, we're doing Phyrexians. And after the Phyrexians are gone, we're going to need some sort of villain, right? It's been a while. Okay, Tellurian Terror. The only thing I would say is Tellurian Terror Part 2. About it. Passes. Huh. Well, I mean, maybe we lose to Tellurian Terrors. I guess that's what our opponent's trying to do. Well, I guess we should have played some Graveyard Hate. The only thing with Eldrazi is, like, they're much less cool when they're small to me. Did anyone else have feel like that? Like, the original Eldrazi, when it was, like, the spawns and the Titan, those were pretty epic. Like, Rise of the Eldrazi. I mean, I think Tolarian Terror is looking okay here, but I don't know if I'd say it's a good card. It might look good against Angels, though. Well, hit you with Overseer. I mean, in this case, our opponent just, like, countered all of our stuff, and that gave him enough time to play 2 terrors. 1 terror would be nothing. 1 terror, our opponent would be in really bad shape, but because they managed to get down 2, they actually might be able to win with them here. Well, we will pay. All right, opponent did not have a counter. Kill the terror. Or maybe we just kill the terrors and it ends up being fine. About it. Howdy, Jin. Gets and hits us. Oh, we're so bad at drawing lands. Wedding announcement. Pass the turn. So I guess this is a Delver deck? Maybe-ish? Well, kill the Haughty Jin, hopefully. Did you draw a counter? Opponent's gonna consider to try to find the counter. We know there's one more meld card coming. We do know there's gonna be a green meld card in the Brothers War. We haven't seen it yet, but Wizards did announce it was happening. Opponent land. Balmore goes to combat attacks. Well, I mean, we might as well block, even though if they can cast a spell, they can get the trample with Balmore. Lightning strikes our face. A land to kick this Archangel of Wrath would be really nice. Wow. All right, you go, opponent. Scries to the top. Can we draw land? Yes. So, okay, can we do this correctly? White. Whatever. Red, black. Archangel of Wrath. Kick it for black. Kick it for red. Kill the Belmore. Oh, gain a bunch of life. Pass the turn, make it. That was huge. We're back up to 7. We're out of the danger zone. We got a big life-linking angel on the battlefield. Opponent desperately sacking the clue. 2 Tolaria Terrors might not be enough. No, we've been getting all these super early Brothers or War spoilers, so we still haven't gotten, like, Mark Rosewater teasers or anything like that. We'll do some blocking. See if we get blown out. I think we might have stabilized, though. We also have this Lisa opponent. Lightning Strike to kill the Overseer, sure. But we gain a bunch more life. Oh, Sarah Paragon. That can get back Giada? All right, Paragon. Giada. Pass the turn. Looking good. Oh, Archangel was huge there. Like, that was a game-swinging play. Opponent considers. Now the terror is not looking so terrifying. Our opponent's just kind of spinning their wheels, and now we got the big board. Opponent impulses. Try to find more Tolaria terrors, but will it even be enough? Opponent digs. And, oh, did you all see Mishra? How good do you think Mishra is? I know we talked about this at the very beginning of the stream, but I assume there's some new people here. Mishra's, like, so good. It's like a Hell Rider that turns into this absurd 9/9 that does everything. And its meld partner is not that bad. Like, wow, scoops it up. 2 Tolaria Terrors, not enough against the Angels. Maybe we're onto something with these Angels. that Archangel Wrath was good. And I think that one of the reasons to be high on this Mishra partner pairing is, oh yeah, it's great with Ishin. Great with Ishin. I feel like this Dragon Engine's pretty decent. So 3-mana 2/2 double strike, that's fine. The interesting part of that is it's colorless. We have a lot of white 3-mana 2/2 double strikes. What really makes it exciting though is its unearth ability, I think, is pretty good. It's kind of like a expensive Oxyvagonus or something, where you can get this back and hopefully refill your hand in the late game. So I like that, unlike Urza, where when I saw Mightstone, I was kind of like, oh, 5 mana, either draw 2 or kill something. That's kind of like asking a lot. I feel like Phyrexian Dragon Engine, it's close enough to be a playable card on its own, and as a bonus, you get Mishra, which is actually a good card on its own, and then they can turn into this broken Phyrexian Artificer that's probably just going to win the game in like two attacks. Like, it is going to close out the game really quickly. The only downside is it is an artifact creature, so it does die to a lot of stuff. Like, that is a concern that maybe it just gets killed super easily, but assuming that doesn't happen, it is just going to close out the game. It even comes into play attacking. You get all the abilities, you bolt something, you empty your opponent's hand, you give yourself evasion or whatever you need to do, make some power stones. 2 power stones. That's like 2 Karn Living Legacy +1s just for flipping. What could ever beat that? But I think that Mishra is actually just like so good. I wish I could take bets on Mishra getting banned. Ooh. If you could find a way to actually legally take bets on Magic things, you would probably make an infinite amount of money. There seems to be a big overlap between Magic players and gambling. I think it's probably because Magic kind of is gambling, not officially, but kind of the wink, nudge, nudge. Open your booster packs, but don't call it gambling. Kind of gambling. But I think and also poker. Magic and poker is kind of related. But if you could actually take bets on, like, how many top 8s would Mishra get or something? Will Mishra ever be banned? I think that would actually probably make a ton of money. I bet this at least to Karn getting banned at Pioneer. Karn is a messed up card. It really is. We're still feeling remember that era of Magic? Like, the War of the Spark era? So many broken cards, still getting got by Narsets and whatnot years later. Teferi being, miserable, and what a just broken era of Magic. But yeah, I do think Karn could be bannable. It's already been banned in some formats. Like, it got banned in Legacy or Vintage, right? Yeah, Planeswalkers. It's exactly what Wizards always does. We got this really cool new thing we want to do. In this case, it was Planeswalker static abilities, but we got this really cool new thing we want to do, which is Planeswalkers with static abilities. We got to make sure this thing is actually good enough to see play. So we go way too far and end up breaking things. Same with first run of vehicles, same with first run of equipment. And now I'm sure there's other ones that I'm not thinking of that are the same way. But that's kind of like a trend that always happens, or often happens, not always, but it does happen quite a bit with brand new things. And I think that's what happened with War, because we've gotten Planeswalkers with static abilities since then, and they've mostly been pretty awesome. Like, a lot of them are sweet. They're not miserable. They're actually pretty fun, or they add flavor to the card. So I feel like we've seen that I think it's been a positive overall. That's what I'm trying to say, is I think Planeswalkers with static abilities ended up being a good thing, but the first run of them were just so over the top that it went a little bad. Please don't put into the end of the universe that Karn is our resident metalhead, mustn't be banned. I actually kind of dislike the focus on wishes. I think we are in such a strange era of Magic. Yeah, Karn the Great, Living Legacy gonna be banned in Standard. That would be the hottest of hot takes. Living Legacy played in Standard. That's the actual bet. Will Karn Living Legacy ever see play in Standard? Yada. We live in such a weird era of Magic where there's so many different things. Remember that Mark Rosewater thing we talked about a while ago, where he mentioned that people play Magic in a lot of different ways, which is super true. we are in the era of people playing Magic in a lot of different ways, and I do not envy Wizards because of that. If you think about it, they're trying to design cards that work in Commander, cards that are hopefully functional or safe for formats like Legacy and Modern and Pioneer, cards that'll do something in Standard, and then you got to consider Arena with Best of One, which is very, very different than best of three formats. And I think that Karn is one of those cards where you see the tension for all those different things coming into play. Like, one of the things I feel like Wizards has done a lot more of, and I think this is just reflected in the cards, I don't even think this is like up for debate, it just is true, but they print a lot more wish effects, like get stuff from your sideboard. And I believe the main reason for that is Best of One on Arena, where it's a way you can have Best of One games, but not have them be quite as horrible as Best of One normally is, by allowing you to have access to a sideboard. However, I'm not sure that I like the impact of some of those cards, like Karn in specific. I'm not sure if I like the impact that those cards have on other formats. So I think that that's an example of a card that was like essentially designed to do good things for Best of One play in on Arena, but I'm not sure I like the play patterns of cards like that in a format like Modern, where it actually got Mycos and Thladis banned or whatever. So there's just so much going on. We see that even with, like, as a Panharmonicon fan, it's gotten really hard to play Panharmonicon in older formats because there's so many things that just have kill an artifact tacked onto it. So as someone who loves to play Panharmonicon, those cards make it harder for me to play one of my favorite styles of decks, because you're going to get Kolaghan's Command or Abraded or hit by some charm or whatever. But those cards also, like, help make Best of One play function, because in Best of One, you don't have a sideboard to be like, oh no, I'm up against an artifact deck. They got this brutal artifact I can't deal with, but that's okay, I'll get it in game 2 or game 3. It's very interesting. I don't know how Wizards deals with it. I don't know if it's even possible for Wizards to manage everything that's going on at the moment, because there's just so many different things working in so many different ways that it seems very difficult for Wizards to actually try to manage. Paradox Engine should have been banned in Commander. I don't think you're going to win me over on that one. I think Paradox Engine was super busted. Well, get in so we can draw some cards. Yeah, I guess we just wedding announcement. The problem is our opponent just drew 5, so they're probably going to play busted things here. Not a land. Land. Flip. Like, if our opponent plays Titan of Industry, are we dead? Mostly. I wonder, maybe we should play some of the fetch lands to go with Sarah Paragon. That could be worth it. While Panharmonicon suffers because of treasures, people play Artifact Take due to them. I mean, I think it's also probably true. What reprints would you like to see in the Brothers War? Oh, speaking of reprints, you might have got me into another rant. If Wizards can put Transformers in Brothers War, I don't want to hear that they can't reprint a card that we need because it doesn't fit the flavor of a set. Like, seriously, Wizards. Seriously, Wizards. You can't put Transformers in the Brothers War and then with a straight face tell us, oh no, we can't do that. It's really hard. It's hard to give us a reprints that you need because, you know, the sets there, we are very careful to make sure their flavor is consistent, and, you know, we can't have anything breaking the immersion. And if we put a, you know, important reprint into a set that it doesn't really fit, that's gonna, you know, ruin everything. Wizards, you can't have it both ways, buddy. You can't have it both ways, Wizards. That doesn't work that way. Either you can't put Transformers into sets because you're worried about staying perfectly on flavor, or you can put Transformers in sets and then give us the reprints that we need to make Modern cheaper. Like, even if they don't perfectly fit the flavor of the set. Oh boy, this is so brutal. Brutal. Well, play Giada. Kill the Leer. Play the land. Pass the turn. Flip the wedding announcement. So what reprints would I like to see in Brothers War? Boy, is there anything that actually like fits the flavor of the set? Or is that just out the window? I mean, from a actual reprint perspective, some of the expensive modern cards are probably what we need the most. How about Blood Moon? Lands are pretty good, right? People have been playing non-basic lands in this format called Standard. Maybe we just need a Blood Moon or two. Platinum Empyrean, Winter Orb. I think it's time Arena players learn about Winter Orb. Or if we can't do that, maybe a Meek Stone. Can we get a Meek Stone? Or a Static Orb. If Winter Orb's too good, maybe Static Orb. I think I just want an artifact lock piece that everyone will hate and that will never actually print because it would be a horrible idea and they really shouldn't do it. But I would have a lot of fun with that. That sounds like a blast to me. So we can still only kick this once? That's pretty bad. Nothing in the graveyard for Sarah Paragon. Well, I guess we get to attack. Go to combat. Hit you with Giada. Opponent's done a lot of ramping. About it. And somehow we have not managed to draw red mana like ever. Well, get in, hit ya. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sarah Paragon for basically no value. It is a 5/6 though, and a 5/6 kind of big. And we flip the wedding announcement. We make a token. Opponent's gonna pick up Shigeki and eventually just return 1,000,000 cards. 1,000,000 cards. Opponent passes. Hey, what's up, Palestine? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. What would you like to see reprinted most? What's an actual safe artifact? Ether Vial. I wonder if Ether Vial would be okay in Arena. Would it be okay in like Pioneer and Historic and Explorer? It would be really good. Oh boy, we're just getting outvalued. We need to kill our opponent here very quickly. I wish we had red mana to kick this. How have we not drawn red mana yet? Weird draw. Mirror Hall Mimic. Enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. So I assume this is copy Sarah Paragon. Yup. And then, well, opponent's deck is interesting, at least. Spicy, one might say. If we draw a red source, do we win? If we draw a red source, we can double kick Archangel for lethal, maybe? Opponent. Ooh, Lantern of Insight. Lantern control in Standard would be hilarious. Platinum Empyrean would probably be fine. Platinum Angel? It's been a long time since we have Platinum Angel in Standard. Alright, opponent. Azusa's Many Journeys. And a land. Shigeki. Alright, untap red source for the win, I think. Well, kill the Paragon. Oh, it's not a red source, it's a white source. Well, go to combat. Hit you with the Flyers. Play a land. Oh. Wow, no red mana in so long. Archangel of Wrath, kick it once. But this gives our opponent a turn to find an answer. Shoot ya. Opponent up to 5 thanks to the Janky Saga. They got 1,000,000 card draw effects about it. Oh, we couldn't find the red source. We couldn't find the red source. About it. Memory Deluge, digging super deep with all their million lands over there. Oh, this is gonna be close. This is gonna be super close. Priest of Gix is a cool card. Expanding on the tattoo idea, Bear is Wilson, having tea with you as Hans. You can even do a Blood Moon setting in the background. Ooh, a whole back tattoo. Oh, I don't know if I can do a whole back tattoo. That would be a big step up in tattoos. I have like one little tattoo so far, but I don't know if I go from that to a full back. Oh no, you've been copy and pasting for a while. My apologies. Do I think Tron lands are coming to Arena? No, not now. I mean, I think they will eventually, but I do not think Tron lands are coming in Brothers War. I think we'll get like Mishra's Tron or some other callback to Tron, but I don't think we're going to get actual Tron. I think Tron in Standard, whatever, I think that'd be fine. Maybe it would be annoying and broken, but whatever. Like, Standard rotates eventually. So if we attack with everything, our opponent takes... Wow, this works. Are we going to win this? Our Angel's secretly busted. Go to combat. Attack, attack, attack. So no matter how our opponent blocks, they take 8. And then we just kick an Angel, Archangel of Wrath for the last points. Archangel of Wrath, a real card. I mean, what do you think? Do you think there's actually a chance that they put Tron in Brothers War? Opponent goes to 2. Well, we got a kicker to take care of that. Archangel of Wrath, kick it. To the face! The white bird spell to close it out against the ramp deck. My big concern would be Pioneer. That would be my big concern. I feel like Standard will rotate, so whatever. Like, even if it's bad, it'll rotate, so that's fine. But Pioneer is forever. And I don't know if I want Pioneer to be like modern in that way. I'm not even really a fan of Tron in Modern. I don't know if you knew that. I don't know if you knew that about me, that I don't really like Tron that much. In case that wasn't clear. But I don't know if I want Modern, or I don't know if I want Pioneer to have that. Can Pioneer deal with it? I will say, as much as we were complaining about Wizards, $1,000 proxy stuff, Wizards has done a much better job of balancing stuff recently. Like, Standard, yeah, I know it's super black heavy, and I guess you could argue that the dominance of black is some sort of unbalanced, but it's been a while since we've actually had to ban something. I think you could argue stuff needs to be banned or unbanned in Modern, and we've talked about that, but Standard has been like pretty healthy. So we'll see. Maybe we'll need to ban Meat Hook Massacre at some point or something. But compared to where we were like 4 years ago, at the height of the disaster that was Standard, where we were banning cards like every couple of months for a couple years there, I feel like Wizards has done a really good job of fixing those issues. Boy, we really need to draw lands. Opponent fade. Nope. Yeah, Deathrite really should be unbanned. I really want to see Deathrite unbanned in Modern. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, missing land drops. Not going to be good against this ramp deck. About it. Now we don't have any black mana. The life with no triomes is a tough one. It is a tough world to live without a triome. Get in, hit ya. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Don't counter it. We need this looting, please. Okay. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Honorary Angel. Opponent's gonna Memory Deluge. Do you think that was supposed... Do you think that was somewhat due to the launch of Arena, as in they pushed the power level at the time to increase interest in Arena as Arena was growing? Honestly, that's one of my maybe slightly tinfoil hat theories about Throne of Eldraine. I think that maybe Eldraine was pushed as much as it was, in part because that was the set that officially launched Arena. Like that was a launch set. That's when it was out of the beta. That's when it was a full game. And I think that if you had Ixalan or something be that set, maybe it would have went a lot worse if we had a super powered down, not all that good set be the first set for Arena. So I think it's possible. Obviously, we're on the outside. We don't have all the information, but I think it's at least possible that that's the case. I wish we had a fetch land in this deck. Is there a way we can get a fetch land in here? Well, I mean, I guess we just Archangel of Wrath, kick it once. See what our opponent says about it. Mirror Shell Crab. All right, you got us. Yeah, we don't get nearly as many animations as we used to, unfortunately. That's something that, in the early days, if you look at Eldraine, every mythic would have a sweet animation. That's kind of fallen by the wayside. Well, okay, that's not the worst. Now I wish we hadn't discarded that other Sanctuary Warden. Well, get in, hit ya. Oh, this is so greedy. If they play Titan of Industry, it's kind of a blowout, but yes, remove a shield counter. Pass the turn. Boy, Giada's so good. Giada might be the reason the Angels can be a deck, just because the snowbally increasing the size of the Angels is so powerful. Titan of Industry. So I assume this is Blow Up Reflections, make a 4/4? Eldraine was such a push set. Do you think the new Eldraine's going to be good, or do you think they're going to power it down? Bringing Affinity back to Standard to make Power Stones better. What do you think? Whew, Affinity might be a little too good. That might be just a step or two too far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sarah Paragon. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Thank you for killing it for us, opponent. No attack, staying on defense. I mean, Angels can make some pretty big bodies. Do you think they bring Adventure back? I think that's very likely. Do you think they can bring back Affinity in a way that wasn't broken? We saw, what was the card that had Affinity for artifact creatures? Was it one of the DMU legends? I can't remember which one it was. I could see something like that, but then that wouldn't work with Power Stones. I feel like just Affinity for artifacts in general, Affinity for Power Stones, that might not be good enough, but I could also see that. Well, yeah, let's see if we can kill this thing. Block and block. We got a shield counter, so we don't lose the Sanctuary Warden. All right, opponent bounces it, hits us to 9. Well, discard and discard. Actually, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, or 5. Yeah, discard. Draw some lands. Go to combat. Hit ya. One, 2, 3. Angelic Overseer. And then Sarah Paragon. And a land past the turn. Hold. How much do you personally think would be the top end price for the proxy packs? My perception on this is so skewed. I honestly cannot figure out why. Can we just not block? Do we die if we don't block? I can't figure out why anyone would pay. I mean, would you even pay $50? Remember, they're not tournament legal. You're buying proxies. Maybe my perception of it's just like so skewed. I would assume if your cards aren't tournament legal, charging more than the base price is a stretch, right? Like, it's kind of like imagine if they said Infinity was $250 a pack. That's how I feel about this, because like you can't play them for sanctioned play. And I would assume that cards that aren't legal for sanctioned play would be less valuable because they have less utility. Like, sure, you can still use them. Yeah, I think triple block is correct. Sure, you can still use them for your commander games or whatever, but there's a lot that you can't do with them. Wow, that worked out. So I would say like master set prices would be about the peak. Another Titan of Industry. The fun never ends. Can we be infinite Titans of Industry? All right, gain some life. Well, we will. One, two, three. Wedding announcement. Ugh, wedding announcement? What direction do we do this? We want to get our graveyard value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, wedding announcement from the graveyard. Play the plains. Sanctuary Warden. Remove a shield counter. Someday we're going to have to cast a pilfer or two. These pilfers are not doing much about it. Yeah, I think this is fine because our Sanctuary is still, Warden's still big enough to stop the Titan of Industry. So I think getting the graveyard value while Paragon's around is better than the Angel this turn. About it. And we're back up to 14. So we're not just dead if they can bounce our Sanctuary Warden. And our opponent's actually getting kind of close to being dead because our Angels are huge. Top Fury Stampa. I mean, what price would you pay? The other way that I could see it going would be like, pay X for the full set. And obviously, Wizards doesn't like this plan as much because they benefit from the variants of booster packs. But I could see that being the other option. Roddy, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. Rather than, well, I guess we still Giada, right? Might as well. It's going to be a lot bigger. Keep the big one. Go attacking. Remove a counter. Wow, these pilfers looking pretty bad at the moment. Yeah, Giada is kind of the nuts. You are not incorrect. Now, Fable the Mirror Breaker. Play the land. Pass the turn. Your go. And I think we might be taking down the ramp deck for 4 boosters. What would you pay for a complete set? Let's say you could buy... Amulet of Vigor would be fine in standard. It's only really broken in older formats, but that would be actually probably a good reprint. That would help get the prices down, and I can't imagine it being a problematic card in standard. Yeah, I think that there's a price for the complete set, $500 or something. That would also be appealing, and I think a decent number of people would do it. Even $1,000 for the complete set, that might be worth it. Like, at least for more people, you'd get. I mean, you just have to consider the other thing you got to consider is what the prices of those cards are. The real versions of them are, and those prices are ridiculously high, like over the top, ridiculously high. Well, discard some pilfers. Cast a pilfer. About it. What you got over there, buddy? Would you like to die? But when you consider just like the cost of those cards, maybe $1,000 would actually be fair-ish. Gonna kill the Paragon. Yeah, sure. I mean, I think this is still just lethal because we get to double kick. Shoot your face. Shoot your face. Play the land. Go to combat. Swing with the team. And I think that does it. Angels. Maybe angels are good. But look at the... Let me see if I can find the prices. Even if we go like the cheap versions of these cards. Because this is alpha that they're reprinting, right? But even if we went with like revised... If you were going to buy some of these cards at their full price, like the original, look at these original dual lands, like Underground Sea, Volcanic Island, over 800, couple more around 500 or 600, all of them over like 350. Like that's thousands and thousands of dollars worth of cards. And if you actually go to alpha, like the numbers are not even realistic because these cards are so scarce. Like Stasis at $1 billion or something. That's just because hardly any of them are in existence. But even if you're trying to get the cheap versions of like the Moxen and whatnot from Unlimited, you're still looking at $5,000, Black Lotus $20,000, whatever those prices are, like a huge amount of money. So there is value to what Wizards is trying to do, even if they aren't tournament legal, for Commander players. Like, I would pay some amount of money to get proxies officially from Wizards that I was comfortable with, that I wouldn't have to worry about the ethics of them, or that someone could get scammed by them, or that I'm supporting some, like counterfeiters who are doing sketchy things. I would pay some amount of money for that. I would not pay $250 a pack for a chance of maybe getting the cards that I need. But if they were like $250 to get the full set, or maybe even whatever, like there's some number where that would be fine. Maybe 500 would be okay. But the way that it's set up currently is just like, it's just like the most ridiculous way possible to do it. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. I don't know what else to say. I mean, but remember, I don't want this to come across as a negative stream, because we're not a negative stream. And even when there's bad news or things that we think are bad news, we got to look at the positive, which is Brothers War. Brothers War does look legitimately sweet. Like, it is looking really, really cool. And many of the things that Wizards announced are positives. The promos that they're giving away at pre-releases, those are awesome. Those are positives. That is a great promotion. The other promos are fine. The stuff that we've seen from Dominaria Remastered looks really cool. That looks like a really solid set. So the stuff coming to Arena, Shadows over Innistrad Remastered, we've been asking for that. Explore Anthology coming this year, we've been asking for that. Even the Secret Lair drop, maybe, I don't know if I'm going to actually buy it, but it's fine. It's cool. There's tons of good news mixed in with this one announcement. So keep that in mind. Yes, Wizards does do some absolutely ridiculous things. Yes, selling proxies for $1,000 is a ridiculous idea, and I can't believe Wizards thought they could get away with it, and it is right for us, I think, to call them out. It is correct for us as a community to be like, this isn't acceptable. We don't want you to be doing this. At the same time, there's good news mixed in with it. We just had a ton of fun playing janky Magic decks in Standard. We get to hang out with each other for streams twice a week, and even more than that on YouTube, and Wizards made some legitimately good decisions. Ridiculous, insulting, offensive, all those horrible adjectives. But yeah, there's good news mixed in with the insultingness and ridiculousness. So, on that note, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for today. So, so much ranting. I gotta go with Bear, take Bear out for a walk, calm down a little bit after all this absurdity today. So that's next on my list. But yeah, we'll be back on Thursday for some more streaming action. In the meantime, check out the YouTube if you missed anything. The replay YouTube. Another reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. You can't get any of the proxies there, unfortunately. They only sell real cards, but those cards are really sweet and they do an awesome job. So cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Seriously, y'all are amazing and awesome, and you could have hung out with anyone and listened to them rant today, but you hung out with me to have some fun and play some Magic. So thanks so much, everyone, for being so awesome. Have a wonderful night. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll be back on Thursday to have some more fun. So until then, I love y'all, and I will talk to you soon.